Hey guys, how you doing? Merry Christmas Evil night. Oops, I'm testing the stream. It's working. It's kind of like laggy though. Oh my god, no. I just want to make sure that everything's good, guys. I am trying new settings right now, so hopefully everything is kosher and goes okay, and we don't glitch too much. So if there's a big problem, I can always restart, so just let me know. I'm playing around with the settings now. Hey, Ashley's here. Hey, Ashley.
Hey,
Thank you so
Ashley.
much for voting and for taking pictures, because she took a picture on Instagram. She was one of the Instagrammers. Yay. Because we were so hoping we'd get a ton of pictures, but we only got a few. And we got a random dude dancing with a fake baby.
Right.
Which we were like, what the hell? What is this doing? What is this guy doing? I don't know.
I don't even know how it was related.
I don't know. I don't understand how he even came to use that hashtag at all. And guys, speaking of the hashtag, today we are talking about the movie Christmas Evil. So today's chat is all about that, and I'm very excited. Aren't you, Kat? It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thrilled. I am so thrilled.
It sounds a little sarcastic to me, but whatevs. It is what it is. I'm excited just to be, hashing it out yet again. For the final time, we'll be talking Christmas Evil.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with my pom-pom.
Yeah, we're gonna battle. That's why we said we should have, we did promote that there might be a battle.
Yes.
So.
Santa hat pom-pom battle.
Yes. Alright, Kat, let's kind of, look at the movie poster really quick. I want to check the settings, guys, so give me a second real quick. Here is what today is all about, the Christmas Evil Challenge results and movie discussion. So, guys, feel free to weigh in with your own opinions in the chat as we talk right now, but I'm also going to be reading your opinions today. I know initially in my announcement video, I said that I was going to basically release a separate video on Christmas Day. However, I've decided not to do that only because, I feel like we didn't get a lot of videos. We only got our friend Ray. Thank you, Ray, for sending
Ray.
the video. And then also my mom. And I'm going to film my dad. And that's going to I'm going to still include those videos, but it'll be on my vlog I'm going to release later in the month, right before December ends. So right after Christmas, but before New Year's, I'm hoping. And so I'll put the videos in there, but since I didn't get any others, I decided why not read the comments today, here, right now. So guys, hopefully you're having a great holiday season so far, and this will be a nice little cherry on top. It'll be a great way to kick off the Christmas Evil season, and the holiday season in general. Alright guys, I don't know if I could do much about this, streaming issue while we're going, so if we're gonna keep going, I just gotta keep going, I think.
Yeah.
It's my fault for changing the settings. I knew I shouldn't have changed the settings. Alright guys, hopefully it's all good and kosher. Okay, so let's kind of get into a little bit of everything. Like I said, I am going to be reading you guys' comments. I feel like, should we wait to reveal? When are we going to reveal the poll results? What point are we going to, reveal the results here? I don't know.
Well, do you want to do it when our secret guest comes?
I mean, that's waiting a while because we got 30 minutes, well, 20 minutes before our secret guest comes. So we have to wait a little while for that.
It's up to you.
I think we could wait a little while. We'll keep you guys in suspense, but a big thing I do want to do is talk about the comments, and that might take a little bit of time. So we don't want to wait too long to reveal
Yeah, well, that would
everything.
actually kind of ramp it up.
Yeah.
You hear some of these comments, and then dun dun dun.
Yeah, that'll make it even better. All right, so let's start working on everything. I'm sorry, guys. I'm distracted by the quality. I just see that it's kind of laggy on the YouTube stream right now. I don't know how it is for y'all. Hey, Seahorse. Seahorse didn't like the movie. Oh, spoiler alert. So
thanks, Seahorse.
Team Cat, right? You were Team Cat, right, Seahorse? I believe you were, if I remember correctly. I remember reading the comment and I was like, no. Very sad. And almost crying. Whatever. Kat may have changed her mind about the movie a little by a half of a point.
So tiny.
Minuscule amount, basically. Alright, guys, so just give me 1 second here. Kat, you can make some you can make some observations if you want, or just talk about whatever you want, because I'm going to put up this little slideshow real quick.
Oh, for the
pictures.
Oh,
I've got
okay.
movie pictures,
Hey, I
guys.
see.
Dana's
Yeah.
here too. Hi, Dana. How you doing?
Hey, Dana. Merry Christmas.
So glad you're here with us. You always participate, and we're really, really happy you do. All right, Kat, so I know you've got some observations. Let's talk about the movie a little bit, because we're not going to reveal the results yet. I actually listened to the director's commentary and have a lot of notes, but again, I'm looking at some stuff right now, so I'll let you take it away.
Okay. Well, just a couple of things. First of all, you know me, I like what's going on with the actors, especially if it's an actor that ends up popping up in one of your favorite shows in the whole wide world, which is right now The Walking Dead. I absolutely love The Walking Dead. And Jeffrey DeMunn, who plays Harry's brother, Phil, he plays Dale on The Walking Dead. And at first I was kind of like surprised by that, because in the movie he didn't look like him, obviously, because it was from 1980. And it wasn't until I was looking up the cast list and, you know, trying to see who the actors were the first time we went through this, that, of course, they have a more current picture.
Right.
So then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's Dale. But anyway, this is probably one of his first films, because his career actually started around 1972, and he had 4 films that he was in 1980, and Christmas Evil actually happens to be one of those films that he was in. And then also, those of you that may know Home Improvement, the show that ran from 1991 to 1999, Patricia Richardson, who plays Moss's mom in Christmas Evil, played the mom on Home Improvement.
Yep. And Moss is the naughty kid. The kid that, like, is looking at the Penthouse magazine. So that's who Moss is.
I just think it's so funny that his name is Moss. You know, when you think about how these people have named their, you know, the people in the show, you know, Moss. Does it seem like a name for someone who's doing things they're not supposed to?
I think so, yeah. I mean, personally, I believe so, yes. So I'm going to go through more of those pictures later. I'm going to come back on camera now. But yeah, hopefully it's not too laggy, guys. I tried to change the settings, but there's not much I can do. I am recording at the same time, so maybe I could re-upload this with my own file after it's over, perhaps.
Okay.
So might be able to do that and solve some issues. So just stick with us, if you will. I think the audio is fine, so I do apologize. I should have never changed the settings. I'm such a jerk. Oh my god.
Well, I don't think so. You're just trying out something, and we don't know unless we go live, right?
Right, that's true. Well, I watched a video on how to, like, do your settings and to how to measure your internet speed and all this stuff, so my internet should be fine with this right now, so I don't understand, like, why it's so glitchy and everything. So it must be like it's some encoder settings or something. But Seahorse says, maybe I'll give this movie a second chance depending on what Kat thought about it on her second watch. Well, I have to say, I think a lot of people don't like it because they go into it thinking that it's going to be a pure slasher movie. I think they truly think they're going to see a movie like Silent Night, Deadly Night, and I believe that movie was actually released after this one. And the funny thing is, this movie, Christmas Evil, had a lot of problems getting distributed because of the violent nature of it, but the funny thing is there's only like 2 or 3 scenes of violence. So really, this is nothing in terms of violence compared to Silent Night, Deadly Night. However, at the time it didn't matter because that didn't exist yet. So this one, that's kind of why it was such a hidden gem for so long. It was actually the director, John Waters, who kind of gave it a resurgence because in his book, he said, like, it's my favorite Christmas horror movie, and this is why everyone should watch it every year if they have kids.
Right, and then all of a sudden it got a cult following.
And the director finally was so happy because this was really a work of love and a labor of love for the director. The director's name is Lewis Jackson. He spent not only time fighting for the distribution, but he also spent a long time writing the movie and coming up with the concept. So I think he came up with the concept in 1969. He started working on this idea. It wasn't released till 1980. So that's 10 years of writing. And the funny thing is, all the Christmas stuff you see in the movie, all the decorations, like in Harry's house, It is Harry, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't even know the main character's name. I took 7 pages of notes. I should know this. So Harry's house, it's filled with Christmas decorations. Usually that's something like a prop department would do. No. The director, ever since he filmed the movie, he had the idea for the movie, he spent time collecting everything Christmas he could find.
Oh, wow.
So it was
That's
his
pretty
collection.
awesome.
Yes.
Look, Dana says the stream looks good and sounds great on her end.
Oh, good.
So it might be your phone, perhaps.
Maybe it's just my phone, watching it on my Wi-Fi or something, because I'm very scared that it's, not, looking good. So sorry, guys, if it is on your end, but at least for Dana, it's looking good. Which makes me feel better.
And look, Dana's watching Gremlins, which happens to be one of my favorite movies.
Oh, you actually like something? Just kidding.
I love Gremlins. I watched it last year. It was wonderful.
By the way, I just want to set the stage. So this whole thing started last year. In 2020, when we watched Christmas Evil for the first time. So this is the second time Kat and I are not only talking about it, but the second time we watched the movie for one of our marathons within a year's time. So that's not too bad. I'd say, it's kind of like we're experts on Christmas Evil now. But the whole reason we're doing this is because I kept trying to convince her, it's a great movie, it's a great movie. We had our 1-year anniversary chat, and I named it as my #1 favorite movie that we've watched out of all the movies we watched out of a whole year of marathons together.
I don't even know how that's possible. We watched some really awesome movies, and she picks Christmas Evil as her #1.
I freaking love the movie. Like I said, it's not a slasher, and if you watch the director's commentary, some people glean this from the movie, some people don't. It's actually a dark comedy, and the director says he meant for it to be like that. It's a dark comedy, and also it's kind of got a hint of sadness to it. Because this guy, it's all about trying to idealize what Christmas is to him.
Well, I thought it was hilarious because it's absurd. I'm not sure if that was what they were going for.
Whatever. He did, parts are supposed to be funny.
Well, there were parts where I laughed because I'm just this is the most ridiculous thing ever.
Ben is here and says he just watched Gremlins earlier today, one of the few times I watched the whole thing. I feel like I've seen the first half 1,000,000 times and the second half maybe 6 times. I have movies like that too.
Yes.
And Seahorse says, are either you going to check out the cartoon Gremlins show when it comes out? I didn't know there was a cartoon Gremlins show. I guess we have to.
Yeah, I wonder where we can catch that.
Ben Grimm in the chat is Team Kelsi. I love Christmas Evil. Thank you. Go Team Kelsi, go. We have not revealed the poll results yet, so everyone who's just joining, stick with us. We will revolt.
Revolt.
No, revolt. Revolt. Not revolt. I'm not revolting against anything unless Kat wins. Then I'll revolt. Only time will tell who will win.
Ben, did she bribe you?
No.
Did she bribe you for that comment?
No, I did not.
Everybody that's Team Kelsi, did you text them?
No.
Or did you send them a memo?
No. Okay, so Cameron was one of the people who was supposed to film a video for me. He only couldn't because he was really, really sick, and I told him not to worry about it. It wasn't do I have to do it? It was, there's someone in the chat who I didn't bribe either, but you think I might have. DJ says, oops, my mistake. I thought we were supposed to watch the movie. You better watch out. He's joking. Because, by the way, Christmas Evil was originally called You Better Watch Out, and there actually is a newer Christmas movie.
Right, which is very good.
Well, I actually hate that movie.
Because but you hate the movie because of what happens in it, not because it's not a good movie. This is different. Christmas Evil is a bad movie.
Yeah. It's not a bad movie. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. DJ's in the chat, like I said. That's my dad. So, hi, DJ, a.k.a. Dad. And he may have left a comment. We'll see which way he voted. But I did not bribe him if he did vote my way, but we don't know yet. We will see. We are going to read people's comments in a second. But yeah, Ben points out, which I did take a note about this, the star of Christmas Evil, his name is Brandon, I think it's Maggart? It's hard to pronounce, but it's Maggart. He is Fiona Apple's dad, which I think is crazy. I don't think they look alike, in my opinion, but someone else said that they did look alike when I was watching a video recently on BookTube. They were like, they look alike. I don't... Dana says she's hurt that you said it's a bad movie. She's hurt. I did not bribe Dana. These people like the dark humor.
I don't see it being
They get the tune. You don't get the tune.
Yeah, I don't get the tune at all. And thank you, Seahorse, for telling us HBO Max for the Gremlins.
Yes.
We'll have to check that out.
I mean, that could be a future marathon thing. But part of the reason why we're rewatching this, we just thought it'd be fun to get you guys involved in the debate. Like, do more people agree with me and like the movie, or do people agree with Kat and think it's kind of ridiculous, lame, poorly made? Once you watch the director's commentary, if you were on the fence, like, there's no way you could say to yourself, this is a poorly made movie. There are some, like, things that he paid homage to in this movie that is just, like, so, like, philosophical and crazy and artistic.
Do you realize you're bribing the audience?
I am not! I'm just saying, if you knew this.
Encouraging them to listen to the director's commentary.
No, I listened to it so they didn't have to. I took 7 pages of notes so y'all don't have to watch the director's commentary. I saved you 2.5 hours, but you might spend 2.5 hours listening to me talk about it, so I don't know what you want to do, and which one you want to do more, but... Oh, my dad says, and you said this too, also, Christmas Evil was known as Noddle. I'm not good at... I took 7 years of Spanish, but I still am not good at it.
I took French.
Noddle de Terror. Terror in Toyland for Spain's release for Christmas Evil. That's what you said.
Yes,
so it must have been the Spanish title.
Yes. I didn't know it was a Spanish title. I just knew that there was a title.
So here's something interesting about the name change. So originally, that was the original title was You Better Watch Out. They changed the name without telling the director, without his permission. So that's one of the things, like, when this movie was made, after it was done, the director had to fight all kinds of things, tooth and nail. He had distributors being like, no, we don't want to run it. And then he had producers saying, if only you had, this is like a direct quote that one of the producers said, or someone like at the studio said, if only you had Santa bite off some kids' fingers and eat them, then you'd be a millionaire. So basically it was like, it's so violent that it's getting, it's having trouble getting released, but it's not violent enough to where you're not going to make any money off of it. I don't think it's violent at all. Like, there's 3 violent scenes. So it's like, it was like, what did they want? This guy's saying you should have had more violence, but at the same time, the violence it did have, they weren't even happy with that because the theaters didn't want to run it. Because of the 3 scenes that have violence.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe it's the type of scenes.
I mean, it's nothing compared to Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's nothing.
I've never seen Silent Night.
I've seen parts, but, I mean, a girl gets impaled on some antlers.
Yeah, well, you told me to stay away from that movie.
Well, I just don't think you'd like it. I mean, you don't like this movie, which is freaking, like, so philosophical and artistic. How could you like that one? It's just like... Well, also, though, I don't know, we'll get into your thoughts in a little while, but I feel like this year's picks might have helped, put things in perspective
Okay,
for
let's
you.
put it this way. Christmas Evil is not the worst Christmas horror movie I have ever seen.
It's like
because
the best.
I'm just going to be honest. We haven't even talked about this yet, but we will when we reveal all of our, rankings or whatever at the end of our Christmas season. I agree with you when you said to me when we were picking our movies that we probably watched all the best ones last year.
We did. We really did.
Because honestly, I have a lot of half stars.
Yeah.
Which is, it's unbelievable. And there were so many of them that I wanted to just abandon, but I didn't. I watched straight through, even though they were terrible.
Name that one that we just watched that I added last night or whatever night that was.
It was the one in the house.
All Through the House?
All Through the House.
So All Through the House, yeah. I mean, that was at least looked like a film, though. At least the filming looked like a film.
But it was... Whereas
Sleigh Bells, the tripod's terrible. The funny thing is my dad was like, you saw Sleigh Bells? And he said he was entertained by parts. But, like, yeah, the cinematography. The acting with Barry Bostwick was the best part.
Right.
I mean, that was great.
But Mrs. Claus, terrible.
Very terrible.
And please
That was the worst movie. Nothing could be worse than Mrs. Claus unless you had one that was worse.
No, I mean, it's like neck and neck. I mean, you were right. The Krampus one I watched was
not
good at all.
I knew it would be bad. I heard bad things. It was the same thing. It was like almost one that was filmed like a Kickstarter thing. Yeah.
Where
people don't know how to film and light and, like, hold the tripod.
And then I watched this other one, The Traveler, and I tried so hard to stay away. I mean, I was dozing in and out. It was, and I was like, it's got Val Kilmer in it. Yeah. Surely it's going to be decent.
No. See, that's what I'm saying. No. So, like, when you look at Christmas Evil compared to some of these, like, I don't know how you could be as harsh as you were last year.
Well, last year...
We had great films.
We had awesome films.
Well, to me, this was still my favorite regardless, even with those awesome films.
No,
not for
nothing
you.
compared to the ones... I had 5-star films last year.
I got this comment here. Speaking of one of the movies we watched last year, Seahorse says, I saw Rare Exports for the first time in the movie theater last week, and I really enjoyed it. 4 out of 5 stars. That was one of my top ones. I loved Rare
Seahorse,
Exports.
that is one of the ones that was on my top. And I'm telling you, precious little boy. Precious.
Very. He's my favorite part. I loved him.
Loved
and that
it.
had a dash of Krampus in it,
Yes.
too. That was great. Midnight says, Christmas Evil was the shiznit. Team Red. Hey, yeah. I'm sorry. We don't know who won yet.
I am just...
I'm sorry.
I have to let her have all the glory. I have to let her have it because she just...
Session 9, you ruined it. You ruined Session 9 for me. This is revenge. People are finally on my side. Guys, just to give some context, because I know not everyone watches every single one of our chats, we had a chat about our Halloween marathon. Session 9 is one of my favorite movies ever. Horror movies. Yeah, it's a slow burn. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be artistic. It's supposed to be like an unsettling setting. The setting's supposed to be like a character.
It's supposed to be, but it's really boring.
Shut up! No! Anyway, I recommend it to Kat. Kat sees it. I see her trashing it online. And then she trashes it in our chat. And then I was like, Paul, you need to watch this so that you could like it and be on my side. And he hated it.
Because he thought it was boring.
Whatever. So I told her at the very beginning of this challenge, when I was trash talking, I said, you may have won the Session 9 battle, but I will win the Christmas Evil War. So yeah, this is kind of payback for me, because everyone was like crapping on that movie. They were like, Session 9 sucks. Session 9 sucks. And I was like, come on.
I mean...
No, it doesn't suck. There are some people somewhere. Oh, Ben! There! Thank you! Ben says, Session 9 is super creepy. I still get chills thinking about the voice on the recordings. Yes! That is the part at the end. The end is what, really makes the whole movie worth it. Like, that voice at the end, you're like, oh, frick. At least to me. Not to you. Whatever. It is what it is. Some people don't have any taste.
Well, I mean, I will concede. Christmas Evil was better than some of the movies that I have seen this season. But nothing compares to last season. Last Christmas, I loved my movies for last Christmas. I mean...
I feel like this Christmas, I agree with you, but I did have, I think I was a little luckier than you because you didn't watch the 2 movies I loved.
Right, well...
I wish you would have, because I think you would have liked them too. I'm talking about Fat Man and Advent Calendar. Advent Calendar is on Shudder, so you could see that easily. Fat Man, I can't remember where we streamed it at. I'm sure it was like Peacock or HBO Max or something like that. But even Paul loved it. And he's not a big horror movie. It's more of an action movie. Mel Gibson's Santa. He's got a really cute relationship with Mrs. Claus in the movie. But it's got a dark side. Like, it's got dark humor in it, too.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot different dark humor than Christmas Evil, though. I feel like dark humor in Christmas Evil can be cheesy, but it was supposed to be that way, and there was a reason it was that way. And I will read Dana's comment right now. Dana says, I welcome the cheese in most movies. I can see how people think it's lame in some places, but I love the spirit behind Christmas Evil and the love the crew had while making it. But, I love it.
Well, Ben also says that if he was ranking Christmas horrors from worst to best, Christmas Evil would be at the bottom of that list.
So, not as good?
So while he likes it, it's not his favorite Christmas horror movie.
Well, it's my favorite. But Rare Exports...
No, it's not even her favorite Christmas horror movie. It is her favorite movie of all the 200 and something movies that she watched all year long. I don't even know how that's possible.
Why are you so flabbergasted?
We watched slashers. We watched zombie films. We watched holiday horror. We watched Halloween movies. And you picked...
You're just mad because I didn't like Shaun of the Dead that much as you. And I rated it pretty low for that marathon.
I know you did, but that is not why.
I know.
I didn't like Christmas Evil prior to that.
I know. But that's why you're so steadfast in your opinions. You're like, well, she didn't go crazy.
I concede that I did bump it up a half star. So instead of it being 2 stars, I gave it 2.5 stars.
So she has increased her rating of Christmas Evil.
Well, I think I paid a little more attention this time. I mean, I really sat there and scrutinized it a little better because I felt like, okay, you had to go watch the director
Yeah, so I watched
commentary
it
or
twice
whatever.
this year then. Yeah, because you watch it again when you're doing the director's commentary. But I actually added so much, you guys have no idea. I can't read you all these notes, but I kind of want to do a separate stream all about it. Here's our reveal. Yes, it's time. You might as well come in at 6:28.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on,
Paul watched it. Don't show it yet.
I'm not.
Paul watched it.
You're gonna have to pan up a little.
Well,
okay.
okay.
Not that anybody needs to see my face, but
All right.
You
So
know,
Paul watched it. Go
a
ahead.
guy walks in with a trench coat with two women. What could possibly go wrong, right?
Yes.
Get the police on speed dial.
Okay.
Well, at least you don't have a toy soldier or an axe in your
That's
hand.
Oh yes, don't
That's right.
focus in the eye with
All right.
the toy soldier. All right.
All right, we're ready?
Yeah. Go.
Okay. So, obviously I watched the movie. I thought there was some good and some bad, so I would say
Oh, that's not fair.
I was in the middle because there was some good and some bad. But like politics or anything else, that would be lame to just be right in the middle, right? I got to pick a side, right?
Yeah. You got another shirt on?
So,
No way.
now,
Only because I'm your girlfriend.
I will.
I thought he was wearing the white because he thought we would
Jackson's
beat him
here
up
too.
if he picked either side.
So the good. I thought the guy playing the main character, I thought was brilliant in how he slowly became into his descent into evil.
Yes.
Hello, Jackson. I liked the ending. I thought that was a really good way to end it with him in his kind of state of leading the sleigh and all that. Jackson, you're really distracting yourself. But like I said, I was in the middle, so I thought there was some good and some bad. I thought the bad was well, let's start with the scene where he catches mom with Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
The most ridiculous, absurd sex scene ever.
Yes, but
No,
there's a reason.
don't interrupt me.
There's
This
a
is my
reason.
take. It's the most ridiculous sex scene ever. He's just on his knees, staring into her hoo-ha, and she's turned on, and they should have just had them kissing or something, because that was so stupid. That was one of the stupidest things.
He's gonna disconnect us.
I thought the kill scenes were ridiculous. I thought they were terrible, and the blood was so ridiculously fake. It was like ketchup. And then I thought
It wasn't ketchup.
and then I thought the acting, besides the main guy, was terrible. Terrible. Now,
Well, yeah.
the guys that were mean to him, it was over the top, but it needed to be over the top because they were jerks. But his brother was so terrible.
Isn't that you like his brother? Kat liked the brother.
Oh my God!
I don't like the brother. I'm just saying I like the actor who plays the brother.
But that's fine. But in
That's
this movie,
different.
he was horrible.
It was
Over-
probably one of his very first films.
Yeah. So horrible overacting in that case. So, like I said, some good, some bad. I could have very easily worn white.
You're so mean.
Yeah.
I'm Team Kat.
Yeah.
More bad than good.
Yeah.
Oh, you are evil. You are Christmas evil. And you knocked my decorations
And I just
over.
destroyed your ornaments. And now
Yay.
after wearing 3 shirts and a jacket, I'm sweating my butt off now too. But
You're
I thought
evil.
I thought you'd like the reveal.
Give me that false hope. Oh my God, you're the worst.
I will say I liked it.
Get out of here.
I liked it more than I thought I would, but I would never watch it again.
You're the worst.
You see?
You're the worst.
So there you
Yeah,
go.
you see, Paul, the only reason I had to watch it twice was because of this challenge.
My hat.
All right. So now I'm going to go back to watching football.
All right, go ahead.
Bye, Paul.
Bye.
Thank you.
I did like the one thing in the director's cut, but I'm not going to give it away this time.
Which thing?
When he was talking about how he... Oh, no, there's another one of these lines.
Oh, they're destroying my room. Oh my God.
The thing about in the chase scene where he fell down and that was not acting.
Oh, yes. I'll tell that. I couldn't remember. I mean, I freaking wrote down 1,000 things from the commentary.
Come on, Jackson.
Yes, get Jackson. Oh, we had some crashers.
That was awesome.
So,
Oh, I saw your eyes light up when you saw that red shirt. Ooh, yeah.
I'm
Ooh,
crushed.
yeah.
I'm crushed right now. This is so evil.
Oh, he was so clever. So clever.
white than red to fool me and hurt me.
Look. Ooh, we're getting some trash talk in the
Oh my
comments.
God.
Dang, Paul. Blasphemy.
Staring into our Christmas
look. See,
hurrah.
who said, "Oh snap! This is a good twist." Aha! You see?
Oh my God, this is so sad. Rachel just said, "Is her boyfriend a priest?" Because he had the black coat on. Yeah, he did kind of look like a priest. He'll be living like a priest too from now on. No, I'm just kidding. Because he didn't vote my way. See, I can't even bribe my own boyfriend. This is ridiculous. I cannot believe this. This is freaking monstrosity.
Great. That was great.
This is terrible.
Really great.
Yeah, because you got him on your side. I knew this going in. I prepared for this. He gave me some false hope, like, oh, I liked it. Yeah,
I
the
loved
great
it. I
main
thought that was
actor.
awesome.
He liked the main actor.
Mm-hmm.
Unless that was all fake, just to freaking fool me. I don't know. All right, so now we've got Paul's vote, freaking Team Kat. But guess what? Let's look at the official results.
Dun, dun,
You ready?
Dun.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, Paul's vote doesn't change anything. Woo! I am victorious. So, 71% of people agree with me. We had 34 total votes. 35 if you count Paul, so these percentages aren't accurate anymore, but they're just a little different. So your team got 15%, a little bit more with Paul, like 1% more probably. And then, so now you're not tied with, like, some people said they were on the fence. 15% said they were on the fence as well. So now that came in last place.
People should have gone to my side.
Sorry, guys. Then it
Well,
would have been a competition. Maybe we shouldn't have had a white. But I feel like, I don't know, it was kind of
people
hard.
have to be on the fence about it because some people might have liked parts of it like Paul, and some people might not have liked it.
I felt like we should have made people take a stand.
No.
Then you might have had a chance.
No, it's
and
okay.
I ran victorious.
It is okay. I am a good sport.
Yes.
I still don't like it.
It's so sad. You and Paul, but you know what? We've got people's comments here that we're going to read in a second. Who agreed with me? Who agrees with Kat? And especially who here in the chat. And then we'll also give away our, winners' names because we've got a giveaway.
Oh yeah, we got 4 people who won.
But before that, even though you don't deserve this now that my boyfriend was on your side, I got you a consolation prize just in case I was going to win.
Is it a Christmas Evil thing?
No.
And I noticed that you...
It's green, though.
I know. Look at her. Mm-hmm.
Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
Grinch
See, I
reps
went
Grinch.
and got myself
Yeah,
a
show your
Grinch
shirt
because she...
I labeled her as
Whoop,
Team
whoop.
Grinch.
See,
Team
look.
Grinch.
Yeah.
The eyes are staring into my
She
soul.
called me. She called me a Grinch, so I went and got a Grinch shirt. Okay. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, what's the consolation prize?
It's Christmas Evil, isn't
It's
it?
not.
Is it? Yes.
No, it's not. I knew you wouldn't appreciate it. Big Grinch energy. Because that's what she brought to this challenge. So it's a candle, Big Grinch energy. I hope it smells good.
Ooh,
I didn't know.
It smells really good.
Oh, wow. It's kind of like Christmas tree. What does it say on the thing?
It is Bleeding Hearts of the World Unite.
Oh, that's the tagline.
Holiday citrus and spice.
Oh, it does smell good. It really does.
Oh, I wish you could smell it. I wish we had smell-o-vision on.
It kind of smells like a tree with like some citrus, like so
Yes.
lemony tree.
Yeah, a lemony tree with spice.
For a lemony snicket
Spice,
type of
you
person.
see?
Yeah.
Spice.
Yeah, because
Sass.
our whole
Sassy.
conversation is spicy and
Yeah,
sassy.
very spicy. Well,
So yes,
thank you.
you're welcome. Although, like I said, you don't deserve it. My boyfriend already went over to your side. Ooh, what do I get? Nothing except winning. Well, that's good enough for me, I guess. By the way, guys, I'm wearing one of the possible giveaway prizes on my hat. Can't see it too good. It is a freaking Christmas Evil awesome wreath pin that I got from Etsy. And this is one of the possibilities. It is winner's choice. And I actually, because I am nicknaming myself as Kelsi Kringle this whole season, I am picking 4 winners. They're actually already picked. They're written down. I did the name spin wheel. It's a random name generator, like a random...
You know, I'm
What's it
really
called?
glad that you did win because I'd be afraid you'd be like Harry and Spiral.
I'd drive
And
a
then she
van
would
and then
become-
imagine myself
she'd
flying
be
away.
Kelsi Kringle Evil.
That would actually be great. We should have... If only it would have gone your way, we could have seen what would have happened. Anyway, I used wheelofnames.com to choose the winners, guys, so that's how I did the giveaway. I just want you guys to know it was kosher, but I already picked the names. All right, so kind of going off of what Paul said before we get into the comments and the giveaway winners, I will say that the director's commentary made that leg scene that he criticized make sense. So this kind of changed the whole perspective of the movie for me. So even Dana mentioned this. She mentioned, like, you know, some of the parts might be lame to some people. However, she likes cheese. Well, apparently the director wanted this, like, kind of unbelievable state. Now, he did admit, maybe if he were to film that scene with the leg, he would have done something different. He would have maybe had them go a little further. He said, you know, if I filmed it at a different time, it was really early 80s. It was 1980 when it was released. So, you know, things weren't, I mean, 78, you had Halloween that did have boobs and stuff, but he wasn't necessarily...
And then, look, you had Sleepaway Camp that had...
He was not trying to make, like, a slasher. It was more of a psychological movie. That's the thing. If you go in thinking it's going to be so much fun, fast-paced, it's slow. It is slower. And so that might turn people off, number one. Number two, there's not a lot of slashing. Number three, there's not a lot of nudity. That's kind of tame and pulled back. But what made that whole beginning scene, not just the leg part, but you know how Santa comes down the chimney and the little kids are at the stairs and they're seeing all this? Well, how does he come down the chimney if it's just the dad? And how does he go up the chimney?
Well, I was going to say, that's one of the things I thought was kind of weird. Did you notice how he kind of flew up the chimney?
Yes, and I've got an explanation.
Which I think is so bizarre. I'm like, okay, first of all, how did you actually get down the chimney?
Right.
That was one thing, okay? But then... Okay, it would have been a little more believable if he went up kind of slowly, but no, he zooms up the chimney. I'm like, that is just bizarre to me.
Well, that is because it is Harry's memory. So it is his idealized memory of this occurrence that has really affected his life in many ways. Not just, you know, it's kind of got a place in his heart because he loves Christmas and he, like, enjoyed seeing the Santa, but then it also haunts him because of what he saw. But even the leg thing... You know, something more probably did happen. The director pointed out, like, this is, like, his memory. He's like, I don't think it was conveyed very well for people to understand that was what I was trying to do. But it wasn't like it was a real thing playing out.
So
like, it was real time. It was him looking back as a kid
was
memory.
Happening a little more sexy or whatever.
But he couldn't see that.
And he couldn't... like process exactly what he was seeing, maybe.
Yeah, and like in his memory, he remembers, you know, the entrance into the fireplace and the exit so dramatic. It's a kid's memory.
Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. That does make sense. So that's how the director explained it. I mean, I have the exact quote of what he said. Right.
I literally transcribed I went back and I was rewinding a couple of seconds and I was like, okay, this is exactly what he said in quotes. So I literally transcribed things that he said about that. But director said he would do it a little more directly. That's the exact word he said today with the leg. But again, remember, it's the little boy's memory, not actually what truly transpired.
Too, I think what also makes him upset is that Phil reveals to him about Santa.
Yes, and that's actually the crux of his problem.
Is his dad. And then if he goes upstairs, and that was one of the things that I noticed, was that when he goes upstairs, he throws the snow globe down, he cuts himself. Then he cuts himself again when he's shaving, which brings him back to a memory. And then he cuts himself again when he's in the toy factory, and that sends him into a memory, even though they're different memories. Because one of them, when he cuts himself shaving, you know, he's remembering his mom with Santa. Yes. When he cuts himself in the toy factory, he's remembering Frank and what he's doing. So it was like two injustices that happened to him. And I think it brings him back to when he was little and he cut himself on the fragment of the snow globe.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I did get that part of it. So I was like, well, that kind of makes sense if you're carrying that with you. But, I mean, I could see it, but that scene in the living room with the mom and the dad is so absurd. It's so ridiculous that you're just like...
He says...
how could that send somebody over the edge?
The director literally said he's cleaning it up in his mind. So a lot of the movie is in Harry's mind. So he did it on purpose. He doesn't want you... It's a surrealist type of movie. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want you to know what's really happening. And as we get further on, like there's a point in the movie where you... have to question completely if it's even happening or not.
Well,
the ending with the snowman, the snowman lights, and then when he gets knocked out, was he ever awoken? Like, remember how his brother strangles him at the end? Did he ever awake? Because he does awake.
Well, I mean, the ending to me is bizarre. And remember, we talked about that when we saw.
Well, that's because it's in his mind.
Well, we also remember we talked about Grease when we did our musical, and I had forgotten about the scene when Sandy and Danny go off in the convertible up. And you said, I wonder, because that was something...
If she was passed away the whole time. That's what
Right.
people say, that she died at the
So
beach.
isn't
beginning.
that similar to Christmas Evil?
He might have died when he
Right.
got strangled by his brother. Because after he gets strangled, he does wake up. But again, a lot of the movie is in his mind. It could be his unconscious mind, thinking he got up, thinking he got in the van, thinking he was going by, and all of a sudden the torch people are back, and then he drives off. And by the way, you do hear a car crash, though. So even if he does awake, the car doesn't fly off. The director said he wished he would have raised the volume, but he did put a car crash sound in.
Yeah, I
when the
didn't
brother
catch
is
that.
looking out,
Yeah,
there
I
is a
didn't
car
catch
crash
that. Yeah.
sound. And so that means that the car never did fly. It did crash, and like there was an explosion.
Oh.
So he said that in the commentary. Lots of good tidbits in this commentary.
Seahorse said he might read Misery with us.
Oh yeah, for our Year of King.
Not to change the subject.
No,
any.
no.
Okay, I feel like you have to suspend disbelief in movies like this, but I love movies and it's an escape for me, so I'm up for anything. That's a good point, Dana.
Yeah.
But Tim Allen in the
Yeah.
Santa Claus zooms up some chimneys sometimes, so it's proven fact Santa can zoom.
There you go. And also, we've got here, I felt like it was kind
Ashley, says, I felt like it was kind of a view from the child's imagination. I totally missed that. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that does make sense to me. And it does make sense that if you're looking at it from a child's point of view, instead of, if we were looking at it from Harry's point of view as the viewer, instead of as myself as the viewer, the scene in the living room would not have seemed so absurd.
Ridiculous, yes. I mean,
I will
yes.
concede for that.
I mean, we
okay?
did laugh at that lake scene last year.
Yes,
we were
we
like,
did.
come on, why are they, like, she's just like standing there and he's by her leg. Like, you know, literally his face is just like, yo.
And then Board Nail says, I guess if you're Santa, you make up your own rules.
That's true, yeah.
And then my youngest kid is terrified of Santa. She put duct tape on her window in the fireplace, no joke, because she's scared of a fat, strange man coming in our house at night.
That reminds me of the little kid from Rare Exports.
Yes.
Because he was kind of afraid, because in the books he was looking at in Rare Exports, the little boy main character, it was all these terrible depictions of Santa, and he didn't want him to come. He was actually taping closed the advent calendar, which was so cute. So Dana, like, I mean, maybe
well, look at how many
she would
people,
like
I mean, I have
that
seen
movie.
several of my friends have taken their little children to go have pictures with Santa Claus this year. And there are several where the children look terrified or crying. I mean, I kind of feel sorry for the Santa.
Yeah, a
in
lot
this
of
way.
people don't like, my hat's all askew. This is not working out at all.
Oh,
right
talking
now.
about Santa, let me tell you what happened to me as I was coming over to Kelsey's
Oh yeah,
house.
this is funny.
I decide, usually when I come over to do a live stream with Kelsey,
Don't mind me.
I'll stop at PJ's Coffee and grab myself a coffee, usually a blueberry muffin for Kelsey, but she passed on that today.
I had Raisin Canes today, so I'm kind of
She
full.
didn't want all that
No.
that fat in her body.
It's too much.
But anyway, as I'm walking into PJ's, there is a guy dressed as Santa Claus coming out the PJ's. Well, he had a really nice suit on, and so he says to me, "Merry Christmas." I said, "Merry Christmas. I really like your suit." And he said, "Oh, by the way, have you seen that Christmas Chronicles? I think it's what it's called."
Mm-hmm.
The one, and I said, "The one with Kurt Russell." And he said, "Yeah, have you seen that?" I said, "Not yet." I said, "But it's on my list for this year." And he says, "Well, they modeled his suit off of my suit." And I said, "Well, that's really cool." Well, then he noticed I was wearing a Grinch shirt. And he says to me, normally when I see people, I would expect them to be dressed in my colors, like Santa. And I was like, well, normally I would be in red. However, I am in a challenge with my friend Kelsi for Christmas Evil. Have you heard of that film? And he said, no. And I had to explain the whole point of how Kelsi chose red and I chose green, and she called me the Grinch. So therefore, that is why I'm in this shirt that I had totally forgotten that I was wearing as I was walking into PJ's. But anyway,
Great
after
story.
he heard about our challenge, he said, well, that's fine.
Yeah. Well,
He still gave me another Merry Christmas.
oh, good. So he was okay with you not supporting him by color,
right,
like
exactly,
wearing red.
exactly. So, it could have gone the other way. I mean, he,
Yeah,
could
like,
have been
have a terrible Christmas. like a Santa would say that. By the way, since you mentioned her shirt again, I will show you my shirt, and I am victorious, so Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. It's the awesome guy from Home Alone with the gun. And a Happy New Year. Anyway, so I wanted to wear this because I was victorious. Yeah. Well, you got my boyfriend. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, and the thing too is my husband did not get to watch Christmas Evil this year again.
Yeah,
he didn't watch it last year.
Time.
He did not. He's been out of town, and we are actually in the process of reconstructing our home after Hurricane Ida hit it. We did get a brand new roof
and
on
it looks
Friday,
great.
And we got sheetrock in my son's bedroom, so I'm pretty excited about that. So he possibly could be moving back home. Maybe before the semester starts in January.
That would be great. I hope
Fingers
he does.
crossed. Fingers
yes.
crossed.
All right, guys. So I do want to mention, since you mentioned a Santa suit, it was like the perfect segue. So the Santa suit in Christmas Evil is a very special suit. It's supposed to everything that Harry is obsessed with is the old school legend of Santa, the kind of Santa that passed judgment. That's why he was like giving kids bags of dirt, like he put on Moss's doorstep a bag of dirt with a little like mean face, and that's why. And actually, so in these classic legends, Santa did mark the houses. So that mud scene where he puts his face, he's marking the house so he could go give him dirt. To remember
Really?
they give him dirt. It comes from legend.
Okay. Well, what about Krampus? Wasn't Krampus wasn't in those legends yet?
No, because this is like almost like
I would
old...
think he could have been marking the house and then Krampus could have gone and beat him with the switch.
It's kind of like in the vein of Krampus, as in like Santa was punishing people. So, but later I guess it turned into, it wasn't Santa anymore. It was a separate entity of Krampus. But still in the vein of, you know, judgment. Like the bad kids get bad stuff type of thing. So that I thought was really cool. Was it wasn't just random that he was marking that house. It was because that's part of the old legend, and Harry was obsessed with that, so much so that he had some of the things that he had up on his wall in his house were old drawings that did depict that old legend. And so that suit too is like that. It's not the traditional Coca-Cola Santa, and this is all I learned is from the director's commentary. So the director literally knew so much about like Santa legend and lore.
Wow.
And so basically the Coca-Cola, like the version of Santa that we know, the red suit with the white fur. Now Harry had grayish, dark fur.
Right.
And that's because that's what originally in the old school days, that's what Santa was represented like. And that was the Santa that would pass judgment. He would, you know, reward the good kids, but he would punish the bad. Wow. So the Coca-Cola Santa didn't come in to play, I think, till 1920, around the 20s.
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah, and that's what we know as Santa today. There wouldn't be this whole jolly guy with the white and red if it wasn't for Coca-Cola. They just came up with that image.
Right.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
But also kind of crazy that our whole like celebration is based around Coke.
I do have to admit that I did think it was kind of creepy about him putting the handprints in his nose on the because I don't think I would like to find that marked on my house, honestly. I just think that would be really sad. Thank y'all. Yes, new roof. It is cool to have the new roof. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Because lots of people were saying all kinds of stuff when flippin' Paul was in here. But guys, we're about to go to the comments real quick, and then we'll reveal the winners. But I do have a ton of more like notes if you guys are interested as well after all of that. But let's get into the comments, because I'm so thankful for everyone who voted, and for everyone who left a comment, and for everyone, because there was 2 or 3 people, actually no, there was like 4 or 5, who left an Instagram picture, whether that was a picture of yourself or a picture of the poster or a really cool altered movie trailer, which we'll show. I've got pictures. Hopefully it's okay with you guys who did post the pictures. I know Ashley was one. I took a screenshot of your pictures. I'm going to show them because I'm extra thankful for you guys.
Yes, we are very thankful.
Because that was an extra step.
Yes.
So thanks, guys. And you guys got entered into the giveaway twice. You got a second chance. So let's look at the comments first, and then we'll go to the Instagram pics. All right, we're going to start off with Dana, who's here with us in the chat right now. And she more gave a comment about the whole entire idea of the challenge more than the movie itself. But I liked that she was so supportive of the idea. So I'm going to read her comment because I thought it was really nice. Just one second. So she says, the idea of teams red and green, liking a movie or not, for a discussion is amazing. A black and orange team for October would be fun too for certain movies. I love that.
I love that idea.
Yeah, we have to do that. I hope y'all continue these team discussions, and it would be fun to eventually have team merch. Like Team Kat, Team Kelsi, that's such a cool idea. Or a video where we make or craft our own stuff for our teams.
Oh, that would be cool.
Such a fun idea that I haven't seen anywhere else. Great job, ladies. I'm personally Team Red, but I look forward to a fun debate and discussion with Team Green. Yay!
Yeah, you see, we could do the orange and black.
I love
if we
that.
wanted to watch session 9.
Yeah, and like put it up to a vote.
I'm
Yeah.
just joking.
I would lose. It's fine. I've already. Mr. Morningstar is here. Hi, how you doing? Thank you so much.
Hey.
He liked our hats.
Oh,
Thank you. We're just reading comments now that everyone left on the poll that we're talking about. In case you missed it, I won the challenge. More people like it versus dislike it. However, what you also missed was my boyfriend sided with Kat, and it broke my heart. All right, so we've got Midnight, who said, I've got a 12-movie marathon of my own lined up this month. I'm going to get Christmas Evil and put it at the top to watch first. I think this challenge is awesome. I've marked my calendar for the live stream. Looking forward to seeing you and Kat back in action. So thank you so
Yay,
much. So
thank
people
you.
like the challenge idea. I'm really happy about like all the positivity. Then we've got John Knott, who did post something on Instagram. And they said, Christmas Evil is an absolute Christmas classic. While it has been unjustly lumped in with the slasher films of the era, it has more heart than most upbeat Christmas films, and I can't help but feel my heart grows 3 sizes every time I give it a watch. Definitely Team Kelsi, 100%. Woo! I'm very excited. I know, I'm terrible. All right, my big kid life said, watch this today. And this was his first time. He also posted something on Instagram as well, by the way. And Big Kid said, I'm so glad I watched it. It was cheesy, odd, and so goofy. It was a little slower paced, but the ending was totally worth it. So there you go. People like, in fact, that's a common thread throughout some of these comments that people were unsure, but then the end actually sold it to them. So the van sold it to them. And like the mob scene and stuff. And by the way, an inspiration for the mob scene was Frankenstein. And the funny thing is my mom made that comparison before I knew it was the actual like inspiration.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's what he was leaning towards. But I do also have something to say about that when we go back to just talking about some, observations.
Yeah, I will remind you. We will go through our observations very soon. All right, so next we have Josh Johnson. I just recently watched Christmas Evil for the first time on Joe Bob Briggs' special Joe Bob Saves Christmas on Shudder. I absolutely loved it. The scene where he danced and spun around in his long red skirt was my favorite. Second only to that spectacular high-flying ending. What a timeless classic. There you go. I do love the dancing scene, and by the way, here's a little fun fact. Do you know who choreographed that dance scene in the little hall? I don't think you do know.
Bob Fosse.
No. Meryl Streep's brother. Isn't that random?
That is so random.
I know, isn't that random? I love that fact.
That is
Learned
hilarious.
it from the director's commentary. All right, Ashley says she's liking all these facts. I'm glad because I took a lot of notes like for hours. So thank you, Ashley. And speaking of Ashley commented on the poll and said, I liked it. I'm Team Red because I enjoy the dark humor of the movie, and that is what it is supposed to be. Dark, humorous, but also a little sad because there's an idealism around the movie. He's idealizing something that didn't even ever exist. He's idealizing a version of Santa that didn't exist, a version of his childhood that didn't exist, etc., etc. She also says, for some reason, I tend to like a lot of B-horror movies. I'm looking forward to the live discussion. And you're here now with us. Thank you,
Yay.
Ashley. Then we got Ray. By the way, that's Rachel from our book club.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, that's her screen name there.
Yay.
So she says he was kind of a nice evil Santa because he gave all those gifts to the kids in the hospital. I was on the fence for the longest part, but that last scene with the van sold it 100% for me. See, this is what I'm talking about. You see how people are referencing the van? And here is another thing. So people were criticizing the director, like, why do you have him have good elements to the Santa and bad elements? Why don't you just have them be all bad or all good?
Well, I have a theory on this.
Well, I want to hear your theory, but his answer is that there's supposed to be a duality to the Santa. There's a duality in Harry. And again, it goes back to the old representation of Santa, the old school Santa where you've got the Santa that will punish the bad but reward the good, and that's that duality. So that's kind of the idea, but what was your theory?
Well, my theory has to do with the fact that his goodness comes out when it all has to do with children, because I think he still has a child.
Innocence, yeah.
He still has a childlike innocence about himself. It's only when someone goes against his feelings about Christmas, or, they don't seem like they're very caring, that's when the evil part comes out.
Right.
But there's several instances, you know, he's super nice to his nephews. They love him. They want him to come for Thanksgiving. Then you have all the children in the neighborhood that love him.
They protect him.
Yeah.
They surround
Well,
him.
in the beginning, remember when he's walking back from the grocery store with his bag?
And they're talking
You know, and
to
they're
him.
talking to him. And we know that some of the kids have given pictures to him.
Right.
You know, and then at the party, the kids loved him. And then at the end, when they protect him, you know, they stand in front of him because
that's how much they believed. They were still, like, in their innocence, believed that this is the good
Right.
Santa. We believe you're telling the truth. We believe you're good. Even though, you know, Harry had lost it at that point.
Yeah, he did. But
Why
I mean,
are you so dirty, Santa? There's a lot of pollution between you in the North Pole and here. That was his reason
Right.
why he was dirty. I laughed at that. I didn't
that was
remember
pretty
that
funny.
from last year. All right, guys, more comments. Thank you, Rachel, so much. Rachel's awesome.
yeah.
All right, then we've got Benjamin 4242. I am on Team Kelsi Kringle for this one. I think Christmas Evil is a delight. To be completely fair, though, I also agree with Kat that it's ridiculous. But that's what I love about it. Even at its most outlandish, this movie never really winks at you. It's an earnest attempt to tell a dark, murderous Christmas fable, and there is something in the resulting absurdity, complete with overwrought acting and cheesy music cues, that weirdly succeeds at capturing an authentic Christmas time feeling where many
Ostensibly.
I'm so bad at that. Better movies have failed. Plus, the ending is pure movie magic. Movie. I can't talk. The ending is pure movie magic. A cinematic triumph. That comment was so elegant that I couldn't even get through it. Way more elegant than me. And
Yeah,
by the
but-
way,
but
that's a
very
great
good-
observation.
Yeah, very
Yes.
good points. Very good points.
And I gotta say, so he mentioned a specific word that I kind of want to just give another fun fact about. So he said it was trying to tell a Christmas fable. And that's the whole thing, is that the director did call it, like, it was his version of, like, a messed up Christmas carol.
Mhm.
The whole thing is not supposed to be taken literally. It is like he is saying, 'twas the night before Christmas and Harry was freaking going crazy.
Mhm.
That's what the director literally said. So it is, that's a great observation by Ben. It is like a fable, said the director. At least on the director's cut. Alright, so I think that's a great one. I love movies. I can't speak. I know.
Dana called you.
I know, guys. I'm bad at reading. I'm sorry. I can read in my head, just not out loud. All right. I'm about to say I can't read anymore. Oh, Ben is in the chat.
Yay!
Yay! Benjamin, if you don't want to watch the director's commentary, I think I'm going to do a whole separate stream where I literally read all the notes I took. So I will say there's actually more than one director's commentary. There's one with John Waters.
Really?
Yes, but you can find a summary of that and read all the best parts. So I watched the first 10 minutes of that one, then I turned it off because I found a summary of it, whereas the director's commentary with the director, Lewis Jackson, and Brandon, the actor who played Harry, that's the one I listened to. By the way, I kind of referenced this in the beginning. Brandon, Fiona Apple's dad, the guy who played Harry, is weird. The whole time he's just making jokes and saying, why are you talking so much? Well, because it's a director's commentary. Like, he's trying to be funny, but it comes off really awkward. And I started to get annoyed how he kept saying, you're talking too much to the director. Like, dude, you're here to record your thoughts.
Exactly.
It was making me so mad. So, yeah. So, this comment now. Eye of Manos says, I have the older Synapse Film DVD version. I may have to upgrade it to the Blu-ray version. And I must agree with the John Waters blurb on the DVD. If I had kids, I would make them watch it every year. That's part of what he said in his book,
Right.
is that I would make them watch it all the time. Dana said, Ben, I feel like your comment said everything my comment was trying to say, but yours was way more elegant and smart, LOL. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even read it, Dana, as you heard. Movies. So absurd. I can't even say Synapse Films. What's wrong with me? All right, Trey said, I am unsure because I have not seen it. You could have voted after you saw it, but he said, inexperienced with holiday horror, the only one that I've seen and kind of liked is Black Christmas from 1974. And that one is great, I will say. I'm always looking for great hidden gems. See, I would advise people to be careful with this one because Black Christmas isn't for everyone, like Kat, because it's more of a slow burn.
Black Christmas. I like Black Christmas.
I'm sorry, I meant Christmas Evil.
Oh, look at you.
Black Christmas is pretty universally easily
Yeah, but the
liked.
thing about it is you can't compare Black Christmas with Christmas Evil. To me, they're
two
two different.
Again, that's why people are lumping in Christmas Evil with like slashers and pure horror, and it's not that. Dana said, I feel some Kelsi merch coming on. We love horror movies. Or anything else that I've ever said wrong, or just the word ridiculous on a shirt, because I say ridiculous all the time. And I am ridiculous for mispronouncing. So Bored Now, who is in our chat and is still in our chat, said, hell yeah, I like it. Who doesn't like a drunk, moody Santa killing disrespectful naysayers?
Yeah.
I don't think he was drunk, but I think he was drunk on holiday cheer in his mind, or on power, because he wanted to have the power to decide who was naughty and nice.
Mm-hmm.
I love how he kept books and stuff. Wonderful stuff there. Here's someone who's Team Kat. My good friend Kelly, she's got a wonderful YouTube channel. Check her out at Kelly Hooked on Books. She said this was something. Not a fan.
Yay!
Yeah, Team Kat. I feel bad if Kelly watched it just for me and didn't like it, though. So I'm sorry, Kelly. But she said, hey, you never know till you try, when I told her I was sorry. Then we've got Heidi. Yay, Heidi. Heidi posted these amazing pictures of her and her daughter on Instagram, and they were incredible. Thank you so much, Heidi, for doing that. And also
Even
Rachel.
though she was Team Kelsi.
I mean, it was still nice that she took those pics.
They're very cute.
Yes, they are super cute. So Heidi says, this movie completely surprised me. I was expecting a typical slasher, but this movie had more heart than I expected. Team Red.
Mm-hmm.
So, woo. Her daughter liked it too. All right, and here we have Mr. DJ, aka Dad. Very odd Christmas horror movie. So is it a good odd or bad odd? Sort of like watching a train wreck. You know you should be doing something else, but you can't seem to turn away, or turn it off in this case. Let's assume that all the toys that are now made in China are a direct result of the Jolly Dreams factory's quality control issues. And by coincidence, I have been to that Torches R Us store that the mob went to for gearing up to chase evil Santa. Because where'd they get all those torches?
Right.
Yeah. So my dad also says, guess that's one for Team Red. Gotta run now to keep searching for the right tune. I've been trying to find the notes to it for as long as I can remember. And then he said, aka Harry. Yeah. So great stuff, Dad. Thanks. So yeah, he was talking to me on the phone. I thought he was going to be Team Green for sure.
Really?
Well, I just couldn't get a handle on what he thought about it. He kind of wasn't elaborating when I was talking to him.
So he was being really vague with
He
you.
was being vague. And as you could see, he did think it was odd.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was like it was a movie he would watch over and over like we watch Home Alone together. But I think he could appreciate some of the... Like you said, it was like something so weird you couldn't look away.
Yes,
So
that's
in that
true.
way, I guess that's why he's Team Red. Bored Now said, I mentioned this movie earlier tonight. That's one of the movies you've got to watch.
Yeah.
I think you'd like it. So Bored Now said, just watch the Advent Calendar on Shudder. It's a Christmas horror worth checking out. I agree. Bored Now because I just watched it this year and did really, really love it. My Big Kid Life said, I'm so happy I watched this movie. It's a definite purchase for the movie collection. Question, do you think the van was actually flying or was it Harry's delusion? Definitely Harry's delusion. Definitely. Because the director even said, there's no way it's flying. I had a car crash sound, and so it's definitely in Harry's head. In fact, the director said the point he gets out of the van and he sees those, you remember the lighted street with all those
Yes.
snowman and Santas?
Yes.
As soon as he sees that, you cannot take anything that happens from that point on at face value.
Mm-hmm.
You have to assume that he is kind of twisting this in his mind.
Well, the thing about it is, I don't remember when Phil chokes him. I didn't remember that from last year. I don't know why. There was parts of this. I just paid more attention, I guess, this time. But I didn't realize that he choked him to the point that I thought he had killed him when I saw it.
And he may have killed him.
And so then when he ended up waking up again, at that point I wondered, is this a dream? Is this afterlife? Only because I saw another movie this season that had like a similar kind of vibe to it.
Right.
And that's what came into my mind was perhaps he did die
Right.
in the house and he was going into his afterlife. That's the only thing I could think at that point.
Or as he crashes the van, that's when he's going into the afterlife. But I definitely think he's going into the afterlife. You can debate when it happens, because you can say maybe he was choked out and he died. Because that's what I thought too. And even the director is leaving it open, like that it could have been.
To let you know.
Yeah. So I kind of like that a lot. But I like that he basically confirms, well, the van doesn't fly for sure. All right. Damon Gonzalez says, I own the DVD and Blu-ray, but it's been years since I watched this. I remember not knowing how I felt about it on my initial watch, but after seeing your challenge, I decided to rewatch it this year, and I'm glad I did. I'm definitely Team Kelsi. I love this movie, and I'll probably be adding it to my list of Christmas horror to watch every year. It's just a really fun film, and you could see that even though he's losing it, he believes he's doing the right thing and that he's Santa. He's found the right tune and wants to share it. I love the scene when he first tries on the beard and he's crying and all excited saying, "It's me!" I love that scene too. I think that really just kind of shows you the idealization that he's going through. Like, he wants to be Santa. He wants to be the old school Santa.
Well, at that point, I think that's where he breaks with reality.
He does. And everything with work is not helping at all.
Right.
The people taking advantage of him is just making him break from reality. Then he continues and says, "Anyway, thanks for doing this challenge that encouraged me to rewatch this movie after so long." So someone who changed their opinion. They didn't know how to feel about it, and now they like it.
Well, and I do think, and we've talked about this before, sometimes we watch we watch them one time just because we pick so many movies to watch when we do our, marathons, that it's kind of hard for you to watch them over and over. But I do find that if you can watch it again,
yes,
sometimes things that you're watching for the first time around, you don't notice. And then the second pass, you notice. And that's what happened with me. It's this time around, I did see things a little bit differently. There were some points in there that you kind of felt sorry for Harry, and I don't know, like I said, I just don't know how I missed some of it. Like, for example, at the office party.
Yeah.
When he meets the new guy and he finds out that the new guy is the one that was responsible for donating the toys to the hospital.
But they're not going to do it the right way.
He doesn't know, he doesn't really know anything about it, and it really makes Harry upset because it's almost like it was a marketing ploy. Look at us, we're a toy factory, and we're going to donate all this, but they don't really know what's wrong with the children. They don't really, are they even going to be the ones that deliver it? How are they going to get the toys to the children?
The guy knows nothing.
What's
it's like,
the reaction?
Whatever.
And so I think at that point too, he's just, it's like a last straw for him at that point also, because he's already had to deal with Frank, and he finds out that Frank lied about it and is sitting there making fun of him in a bar as he's passing. And then this guy's telling him all the stuff about, he spearheaded it, but he doesn't really know for sure what's going to happen with the donations. And Harry has a soft spot for children.
Yes.
He really does. We know that just by how he treats the kids in the neighborhood, which, I mean, I do have to say that is kind of creepy that he has a book about the kids, but some of the facts about the kids are kind of hilarious.
They are, like, bad hygiene.
Right.
For Moss.
Yes.
Moss is a monster, apparently. Bad
but that's
hygiene.
what I think is so hilarious, that his name is Moss, because when you think about it, bad hygiene.
Yeah, Moss.
Growing
in places.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there were just a couple of things that I noticed this time around. For example, when he assumes the role of Santa, he truly believes, like, he's pulling on it, and at that point, he has become Santa Claus. There is no more Harry. He is Santa Claus. And like I mentioned before, when Phil chokes Harry, he realizes he's the murderous Santa or whatever. I thought at that point, I think he really did kill him, perhaps. And even though he's revived, it's not, I don't know. That's the only thing that's a little iffy, is like, how would he revive? If he was in a dream-like, was he in a dream-like state, passing from life to death?
I mean, it's up in the air, too. Like I said, when it happens, is it like, does he really get back in the van, or is he just gone after the choking?
And then for whatever reason, I notice he brings up his tune several times.
He does.
Several times, and I don't recall that from watching it the first time.
Oh, you don't? I mean, I didn't really recall it either, because my dad was like, "What's with the tune?" And I was like, I don't really know.
So that is my thing, is that was one reason why I had said times before that I should rewatch it, because maybe there was something that I missed in it. I mean, but despite all that, his behavior was odd.
Yes.
He was creepy. He was a peeping Tom, in my opinion. He was peeping Tom on his mom and his dad. He actually went and watched his brother and his brother's wife.
Yeah, it created like something in him where he liked to watch people.
Yes, and then he goes and he watches the kids in the neighborhood. That was kind of creepy. But despite all that, they like him, and I think it's because he still has that childlike innocence himself. you know, when you think about it. But there were things that did make me laugh. I mean, I have to honestly say, you know, the fact that he does grow up and then he ends up going to work into a toy factory. I think one of his downfalls was taking the promotion. He should have stayed on the assembly line.
Well, that's actually something that the director talked about is that, so his brother is living in the childhood house. In fact, the wife, when the brother is choking out Harry, the wife is sitting on the staircase and she's like, she's filmed through the bars, like she's in like a prison, like, oh, she can't do anything, she can't escape. But it also matches the shot from the mom and the kids on the stairwell.
I noticed that.
Like they're watching what unfolds. Like it's a different kind of Christmas, like, thing that's happened. I wouldn't even call it a celebration. It's a different type of Christmas experience.
It was probably Christmas horror in both sense when Harry went down and saw the mom and the dad.
Exactly.
Not so much when they were watching Santa taking the gifts out and all that. And then, of course, now she's watching her husband choking Harry, which she had a fondness for him as well.
She was trying to stand up for him, saying you're too hard on him to her husband. But what I will say about the job is that the director said that, you know, Harry could be well off, but he's not. I mean, he comes from a prominent family. Like, that house is a nice house, and his brother is also well off. But the thing about Harry is he chose to kind of like lead an artist's life. He chose to make toys, and he's not happy with the way the company he works for is making toys. And so the director even said once he took that promotion, he's not doing what he loves. He's not working with the toys. He's not, like, you know, using his artistic skills anymore. Right. So that's part of it. He's becoming unhappy because the whole reason he took this lower paying job is to use those artistic desires and skills.
Well, yeah. Well, and also too, if you look, he makes his toys at his house.
Yes, and he makes them quality with, like, I think actual, like, steel or silver or something. Like, he melts stuff.
Right.
Which is kind of cool. I mean, that's called also very old school, the director said. But I just want to read some quick things before we move on and announce the winners. So I said, or at least I learned from the commentary, and the director said, it's supposed to be a black comedy, humorous. It's about the commercialism of Christmas. The Santa stuff in the beginning is the boy remembering and looking back. It's all from his memory, hence why the Santa flies up the chimney. It was shot by a famous European cinematographer, and the cinematography is really nice. The director, that was like his dream cinematographer, and he got him. He like asked him and was like, please, I want you to work on my movie, and the guy agreed. So there's a part where Harry wakes up and it's like a lot of days till Christmas. He's in his Christmas pajamas already and he's dancing to this music. The music he dances to is from the 30s. And then that kind of mirrors the whole idea of the film. The whole aspect of the film is it's about the nostalgia factor that this character has for a past that doesn't exist, for an idealized Christmas. His home decor, the music, his fascination with Santa. It's all about an idealization that doesn't really exist, but he's looking for, and he's trying to play it out. He's trying to play the tune. The whole thing is he's trying to embody a myth, and basically human beings can't play God. So that's another element in the movie, said the director. Like, all of this is like, I know a viewer wouldn't necessarily just glean this from the movie. Right. But once he says it, I'm like, I do understand this. Right. I do kind of see this once it's pointed out. So I just thought that was so cool. And he did say that there's a whole red and white motif. So the title card, you better watch out. It's not even Christmas Evil. That's red and white. Everything in the movie is red and white. We don't see blue until the brother opens the door and chokes Harry. He's wearing a blue sweater. A lot of times, a lot of the color palette is red and white, including the shaving and the red blood, including the white snow globe or the clear snow globe, and then the blood. The blood. So again, he said there's a big red and white motif.
And, well, although I wondered about the motorcycles. Remember how they had to put the things on the motorcycles?
Yes.
You had the red and then you had the blue.
Yes. Yeah, the red was like, you know, that's Harry. Like, that's like his color scheme. So, also, like I said, the director knows a ton about the legends of Santa and how it developed, and talked about Black Peter in Germany and how he used to use switches on bad kids. So it wasn't even Krampus, it was Black Peter, which kind of harkens back to Saint.
I was going to say, yes.
Yeah. So, and then that Santa rewards the good kids but uses those switches. The director said the milder version is where he'd give coal or dirt to the bad kids. So Harry gives the dirt. So he doesn't use the switches. Santa Claus, like I said, it was created by Coca-Cola. I'm sorry, 1911. I said 1920s.
Right.
So it was 1911.
Well, you know what? I bet you they couldn't really have gone into too much with the children, because if you remember, this is something you and I need to do a deep dive into.
Yes.
Is we've noticed that in horror movies, especially 80s, 90s, we do not see violence against children, like on camera.
Right.
You know, we know that there's after effects. It was really surprising when we saw an after effect in, the All Hallows Eve with the Art the Clown, but we didn't see the actual violence against him. We just saw the after effect of it. So
there's got to be rules somewhere. However, I just watched a movie. It's a short. It's like 16 minutes long. Another good movie I watched this year that you didn't watch, Treevenge. There are kids. It's a low budget, like, it's not low budget because it actually had some cool stuff going down, but it's a short film. It's not like a feature length or anything, and it's not like an Oscar-worthy movie. However, it did win awards at like independent festivals. Cool. But there are kids killed on camera.
Real? But what year?
New. It's brand new.
So that's what I'm saying.
So back in the day, no. And we've got someone new entering the chat. Hello, welcome. We are breaking down Christmas Evil. And again, we are recapping why I won and reigned victorious. And more people like Christmas Evil versus dislike, which Kat dislikes it. She's Team Grinch.
Yeah, and Ben says Santa's always watching, so stop being so sassy.
I know, I'm going to get punished. Well, I already got like a lump of coal by Paul coming in here and voting for you. That was like my coal.
Krampus might visit you tonight.
Yeah, he already has, in the form of Paul. That was horrible. That was sad. Oh, God. I just want to read a few more things, if you don't mind, real quick. So the director says he likes the scene where Harry comes back after, being forced to take that double shift, or maybe even seeing the guy in the bar goofing off instead of actually being busy, and Harry just took his shift. So the director really likes the scene where Harry is squeezing and losing it on that little male Barbie-looking doll. It's not like a Barbie, but it's like a male doll. Says that it's very 40s, very noir, with the shadows and everything, and that's what he wanted to capture. And he said that scene to him is something of what he wanted to do with the movie. Like, he's got this whole, like I said, it harkens back to that idealization that this guy is going for. He wants like a 40s and 50s idyllic childhood that's not there. So he's creating like this alternate reality that he'll never be able to accomplish, and that kind of harkens to the violence that happens. So people have criticized the violence in the movie, saying, oh, it doesn't look realistic, oh, it's not that great. The thing is, the reason the violence doesn't really like look even like he's committed to doing the violence is because he actually has problems even committing these acts of violence.
Well, it's
difficult for him.
I was going to say, Harry is not naturally an evil person.
No.
I mean, I know it's called Christmas Evil because, of course, he murders people, and that's just an evil act in general. But Harry really doesn't, he doesn't have that part of his personality to naturally go do that. I mean, he naturally wants to be a good person. Even with Moss, he's not going to do anything to hurt Moss. I mean, for him, just putting his imprint on the house just to scare him, and then he kind of scares him a little bit in the bushes, but he brings him dirt. He doesn't do anything to him that in a violent way.
Exactly.
So for him, it's not, and I do think that's probably why his kills are so absurd, if you think about it. Yeah. I mean, can I just say something about his kills?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the one that really drives me crazy is the one in the bedroom when he goes to kill Frank.
There's an explanation about that too. Go ahead.
What kills me was this woman like on NyQuil or on some kind of sleeping medication?
She was.
Oh my gosh! Because
in fact,
the thing about it is, there is no way ever, if somebody came in to kill my husband, I would be able to sleep through it.
Yeah.
Okay? It would be impossible. The fact that he's suffocating Frank for the longest time and then slits his throat with the tree topper, which, by the way, I thought that was good part of that part. The whole suffocating thing was weird. And then falls on her, and then she doesn't even scream right away.
Well, I thought that was uber realistic because sometimes people want to, like, you've read it in books before, people want to scream, but I didn't have a voice, I couldn't find my voice. To me, that felt realistic, like she couldn't find her voice right away, and as soon as he's about to leave, then she's finally able to scream. It's almost like a shock. To me, it felt realistic, but here's his explanation of why she didn't wake up.
Okay.
Here it is. This is insane. You're gonna be like, this is so crazy. So she was on medication, and they listed, I have to find it's like somewhere on my 7 pages, so sorry guys, I don't have the medication
the actress
name.
herself was on the medication?
No, the character is supposed to be on medication. And she's supposed to be, she is experiencing the rocking in the bed, and to her it's like a sexual motion, so she's moaning on the side. And he said, I wish I would have made her moaning louder, because what she's supposed to be, it's almost like she's having like an erotic dream, and the rocking is like part of it.
That
is
even
what
more
he was
disturbing.
that is what he's going for.
Imagining.
Well, she's on medication, like heavy sleep meds, so she's like almost like fantasizing stuff. That is one of the reasons why she didn't wake up. She's thinking it's in the dream that this rocking's happening.
That's even worse.
Yeah, I guess. It is kind of bad. Whatever. So, I thought that was cool explanation, though, at least.
Okay, so Dana says this live is perfect timing. It's so perfect to watch while wrapping gifts. I wish y'all had tons of these so I could watch or listen while I do chores. Girls versus movies kind of podcast material.
Alright, guys, sorry. I'm trying to block people in the chat here that are, like, shouldn't be here.
Uh-oh. Christmas Evil Trolls.
Yes, Christmas Evil Trolls for sure. I will go into my settings here. I should, if anyone wants to, like, you know, police some of these, I should kind of have a person who's the, what do you even call it? Like, the warden.
The warden.
The warden, that sounds pretty, like, extreme.
The chat warden.
There's an actual name for it, but I'm gonna call it the warden for now. I'm gonna make sure these people are out of here. This is ridiculous. They heard us talking about the dream, and like these sites are coming up.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys. So I think I blocked them. Okay, good.
That's the first time that's ever happened to us.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because we just mentioned that stuff.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Thank you, Board Now, for reporting.
Yeah, we've never experienced that before in any of our live chats.
Yeah, I know. I'm just reading Dana's now. She's talking about, I don't want to read these words now because we'll get more of these.
They
and
heard your boyfriend say he was in her woo-ha.
Woo-ha, yeah, and then they're like, oh, did someone say that word? We're here. Thank you so much. Oh, it's called a mod. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
Thank you, Dana.
Y'all need a moderator.
Yeah, we do need a moderator. We didn't know we did. This is the first time we've had a lot of people.
Yes, we have never, ever, ever, at least in the times you and I have done this. Could you imagine in some of our other chats?
Oh, I know. But this one's the first time we're talking about hoo-has.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Whatever the hell.
Well, thank goodness we're not doing All Through the House.
Yeah, I know.
Or Rotten Tail.
Oh my God, stuff happens in All Through the House. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. So I do want to mention a few other things, just like one or two things, I swear. So, like, there's mirrors play a big part, and like framing and doorways play a big part in this movie, and it's because he's paying homage to this certain like cinematographer and director, which I'll get into a second. But the mirror scene where he opens his locker and he smiles and winks, and he does the
well, he does that because of Santa, remember?
Yes, because Santa did that. So he's like embodying like what he thinks is Santa, and he's doing the winky thing. And then he does this and he's frowning. It again represents that duality and that just dual nature of Santa that is kind of symbolized in the whole movie. So that was on purpose. So Midnight says, was it a feral naked man? I remember feral naked man. That's so great. The director gets asked about the tune line all the time, like, what does it mean? And he's like, it's a metaphor. Basically, you know, you don't get the picture, you don't get like what's going on kind of thing. I just want to get to the part where about this German director that he pays homage to, because there's a quote in the here it is. So when Harry looks in the mirror, he quotes Jean, I don't even know how to say this last name, Jean
Cocteau,
a French poet, playwright, novelist, designer, filmmaker, visual artist, and critic. So this guy did it all, this poet guy. He says, I did what you've always wanted me to do. I finally found the right notes. I can play the tune now. What tune? The tune everybody dances to. Even you, Phil. It's my version and it works. Right. That's not the quote. The quote is, every day you shave, you see yourself one day closer to dying. I'm going to play my tune now. Everybody will dance. You'll see. You don't have to worry anymore. And so this guy, this poet and director, he directed a version of Orpheus, which mirrors and like basically kind of distorted mirrors and images played a big part in the movie. So that's mirrored. He's looking in a distorted mirror. That's how they shot that scene where he said that quote. And he said, this is really an obscure thing, but I quoted this guy. I filmed it like this guy would have filmed. And he actually did also, the same poet did a adaptation of Beauty and the Beast. A lot to do with the magic mirror and seeing through mirrors. So that all was a big homage. So this director is smart.
Supposed to be the windows ode to your soul.
Exactly, and his soul is full of Christmas, but also, like, I guess, insanity as well.
Right.
Anyway, I just thought there's so much to break down in this film, and the director's commentary was so rich, and it just proves that this director really knew his stuff. It wasn't like he was just trying to make an 80s piece of cheese. You know, that's what I'm trying to convey.
And I mean, honestly, I have to say that watching it a second time, I paid more attention because I knew that we were going to actually have, discuss it and talk about it. And I wanted to see if there was anything that I was missing. And actually, to be quite honest, I didn't remember Phil being so mean to Harry the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
The second time watching it, I see it also. And it's sort of like, he just was never accepted for who he was. He's not accepted at work for who he is. So it's almost like you really almost wish we had a little more insight to what his relationship was with his parents.
Yes.
But it's sort of like he just kind of lives in his own world. He's not married. He doesn't have children.
Yeah, he's just trying to live out this fantasy, essentially.
Exactly.
And again, I don't think he would have gone full bore on this killing thing, and I don't even know if he would have reenacted everything as in put on the suit finally until the work stuff started to happen.
Now,
That's when he wanted to live everything
I do have a
out.
question about when he goes to the church.
Uh-huh.
Why does he go to the church?
He goes to the church because he knows that the new boss who did that phony promotion is there. Because at the party they said, we're taking him and doing the whole
But he
islands.
wasn't one of the ones that got killed.
He was there to kill him, but he didn't get to him because first who comes up are these like really pesky naysayers who really just were rude and the embodiment of bad
because
people.
the whole time I said, oh, he must be there. One of the ones he kills has to be the new guy.
Right.
But then when he kills him, it was not. And now what I thought was absurd about that whole entire scene was they had so many people there and he was able to kill 3 men.
And no one did anything.
Nothing was done, not even the other 2, and he killed him with like a little sword from the
A toy soldier.
toy soldier.
But remember that
and
was made
axe.
with melted silver.
I get it, but I'm
not
just
plastic.
like it just didn't seem realistic that he was able to.
I thought the
do
people
that.
should have, and that's what Ray, our friend Ray, took kind of, he's like, I don't really like that. Like, no one reacts in this town. Like, they just let people get murdered.
Yeah,
So their reaction was really slow. So I don't know if that was because they were so shocked that, hey, we're standing in front of a church and all of a sudden this guy, like, maybe they're, like, in disbelief. And maybe they're afraid that the dude's going to go wild on them if they approach him. But there was a whole mob. They could have taken him down. I do agree with that. That could be a big criticism. I think the director said something about that. I can't remember.
It just didn't seem realistic. It didn't seem realistic. It would have been different if he had a katana sword and he was like chopping heads off.
And he
I
wanted
could
a
kind of
bigger
see
crowd.
that. You could get
Yeah.
3 heads chopped off with a katana sword
He
all
wanted-
at one time.
He wanted a bigger crowd, by the way, but he couldn't. He had trouble getting extras, and also the budget was tight, but he even went over budget. But I think if they had a bigger crowd, it would kind of symbolize that, like, people couldn't get to the front to help as much. We've
that
received 100 messages. Cool. Who
Woohoo!
was Harry's new boss? I saw him in the movie The Seventh Sign with Demi Moore. I don't know who the actor was who played the boss, but yeah, he looked familiar to me. I don't know his name, actually. I don't have that written down, but I'll have to IMDb that. I do want to reveal the winners in just a second. We have a few more comments to read through that we didn't, and Board Now is one of them who was in the chat with us here. I have another comment from him, so let's go into that real quick. Board Now says, it's a landslide, sweet justice, because he saw the what was happening. And here's Ray, Team Cat for sure. This is worse than bad. This is dumb. I disagree because the director is so smart. Like, there's no way this is a dumb movie, and actually it's well filmed. I do say that you can think it's not your jam. You can think that it's bad in your opinion, but I don't think it's dumb personally. I really don't.
But that's because you have insight into what the director was
True,
trying to say.
true.
If you're just watching it as a film, there are some parts of it that come off a little.
It's cheesy, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you think that everything's literal, yeah, you're not gonna like it. But like, I just took it as like it's like surrealist, and that's what the director wanted, I guess. But yeah, Ray, I guess, wanted it to be like kind of like spelled out and everything. And Salvatore said, "I absolutely love this movie. It is my all-time favorite Christmas horror movie." Woo! And then we're back to Dana. So that's all I do want to read. I have one from Instagram that someone messaged me. I didn't see their comment pop up, so they left me a message with it. So I will read that in my Instagram messages right now. So let me get to it for a second. I know it's here. And that was Salvatore, actually. So he did leave a comment. I didn't realize it was Salvatore that said something. So where's his little comment?
Was it Mr. Grosh was the guy that was new? Was the new guy?
I don't know, because there was a boss and there was another guy.
I think this was the boss.
No. Oh, by the way, so you just pointed out somebody. His name is Mark Margolis. I don't know how you say it, but that is Hector Salamanca from Breaking Bad. So there's a guy outside of the dance scene. They run out and get Santa, and he's in the dance scene where Santa's like, spinning with the girls. That is Hector Salamanca from Breaking Bad. Really a lot younger, but he kind of still looks old. At least that's what Paul said. He's like, he still looks the same. So yeah, Salvatore kind of elaborated on his comment and said, I absolutely love Christmas Evil. I watch it every single year. I wait closer to Christmas Eve to watch it. I only watch it once to savor that giddy feeling.
Yeah, so who asked about who the actor was?
Midnight did.
It's Peter Friedman. And he was actually married to Joan Allen at one point.
Oh, really?
Yes, can you believe that? Yeah, he was in Seventh Sign.
Oh, okay, so that was him.
And believe it or not, a bunch of the actors that were in Christmas Evil, when you look at the actors, they've been in several things. I think this probably was one of their first films that they worked on early in their careers.
He said they had a lot of soap opera stars who were in this movie who kind of wanted to break into movies, and so that's why they did it. There was a few people who had been on soap operas. I know one woman specifically was in a soap opera, and she was in the church scene. I don't know her name. I think she was the wife of one of the guys. So yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, so the thing about it is, it's pretty interesting when you look at some of the people that were in here. I've seen them in other things, other films, TV shows.
I just don't think it's as bad as like some people say. I think if you do take it at face value, or if you expect a really fast-paced movie, I could see why it wouldn't be like your favorite, your cup of tea type of thing. But before we go further, let's reveal. I've been teasing it forever. I know, guys. You guys have been patient. Let's reveal the giveaway winners. I actually just drew another winner.
I wish we had a drum
So I have
roll.
5 winners now because I feel like that's a better number. Yes. So 5 winners. I just drew the last one because I'm feeling generous.
She is feeling so generous. And you
am.
know why? Because she won.
So guys, I guess it is. Kelsey Kringle's feeling good because she won overall. So yes.
If she wouldn't have won, you probably wouldn't have given it.
Nobody would have won anything.
I'm telling
No
you.
winners if I had lost.
She would have been like, the bad Santa.
I was so generous that even you got a gift.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
I mean, that is so sweet. I got the booby prize.
I didn't want to leave you empty-handed. By the way, we were supposed to have champagne, but maybe I could have Paul bring some beer. Maybe I'll text him. The least you could do is bring me beer. Freaking voting against me. Come on now. Beer? Oh, text for my celebration. All right,
the celebration.
So the winners, and you guys can cheers at home if you're, partaking in any spirits. So number 1, Benjamin, who we had that really elaborate, wonderful comment from. So I think that's fitting, and that's just coincidence because the wheel picked you. But yeah, Benjamin, I believe it was like 2-4 or 4-2. Yes. Congratulations, Benjamin. That's number 1. Number 2, he's right here in the chat, Midnight.
Woo,
you are a
Midnight.
winner. Again, you guys get to pick. There's a sticker. There is this pin I'm wearing that you could choose. There is freaking, 4242, not 2424. Dyslexia. Anyway, which I kind of actually feel like sometimes I have it because I reverse words all the time. But yes, congratulations, Benjamin. Congratulations, Midnight as well. Yay, you guys can pick what you want. Again, the pin, the sticker. There's a magnet that I have back there. I should kind of grab it and show people. But also there's 2 t-shirts that I've found that have different designs. All right, let's go on. We also have Heidi who left the Instagram pictures. She had 2 chances to win, so I think the people who did the Instagram
Are we going to show pictures?
We are. We're about to. I just wanted to announce the winners instead of the Kraken. Yeah, instead of the Kraken. So Heidi won. We also have My Big Kid won because he did the Instagram too, so he had double the chance. And finally, Dana! Dana,
Woo!
you won too.
Dana!
Thank you all so much. I'm sorry for everyone who didn't win. 5 winners is a lot, but congratulations to all. I really hope you guys will enjoy whatever you choose to have me send to you. So again, you tell me what you want, you'll give me your address, and I will have depending on what you choose, I'll have either the Etsy seller or whoever mail it to you.
And thank goodness that you were on her side, because if not, she might have come to find you and beat you with sticks like Krampus.
There were so little people who voted for you that none of them won, I don't think. I mean, unless one of these people voted
rigged.
against you.
You see, that's rigged. But they probably wouldn't want any Christmas evil merch anyway.
Yeah, I know, that's true. I mean, in fact, I can't find the comment now because I thought Seahorse said, I don't want to do the giveaway. I think it was Seahorse, so sorry, Seahorse.
I don't blame you, Seahorse. I'm so glad I was
couldn't find the comment.
I was really, 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 really afraid she was going to give me Christmas evil merch.
I should have given you a sticker just cuz. But you said you wanted to commemorate the whole idea. You're like, I wouldn't mind a merch. And now you're saying, no, please don't let it be merch. Whatevs. That's different. You're being hypocritical there. Yeah, sorry, Damon. I apologize that you didn't win. But thank you so much for participating. Board now, thank you for participating. Again, we did the wheel. The wheel chose.
The wheel.
The wheel of luck.
Well,
I was going to say the wheel of death.
I think that's the
Good
best
thing it's
way.
not that.
Yeah, the best way.
Yes, congrats, and congrats to you, my big kid life, because you were one of the winners as well. So yes, very exciting. And I'm going to show you guys' pictures now. All right, so again, if you entered anything on Instagram, you had double the chance of winning because you got 2 entries into the giveaway. Your name was in there twice on the wheel. So here we go. All right, so this is a screen capture of the trailer that was made. I believe it was John Knott who made this one. And it was so funny. He made a spoof of how they run that commercial, how they're going to run a Christmas Story 24 hours. He did it Christmas Evil instead. He did it with a voiceover. It was like a complete trailer as if that was going to be playing on TBS for 24 hours.
That was pretty great.
So much so that someone in the comments was like, no, they're replacing it. He's like, no, it's a joke. It's not real. It's not a real trailer.
That is hilarious.
Yes. So yes, that's from John Knott. He made that. He said, delighted that TBS has replaced A Christmas Story with Christmas Evil. That's when and he even puts hashtag parody, but someone didn't see that and was like, oh no. And also, I believe John Knott is also the one who made this van, and he was selling a few, and I bought one. So I'm going to be hanging this on my tree.
That is pretty cool.
It is just like the van that Harry drives in Christmas Evil with that sleigh on it. Here's another fun fact. The director really wasn't happy with the sleigh on the van. He wanted to do something more elaborate painted on the van, but he just didn't have it in the budget. So he was not overall happy with that at all. Dana says, love the ornament, so fun. Eye of Manos said, congrats to all. That was very nice of both of you. This is the true Harry spirit. That's true. We're being like, giving, but we're not going to give out dirt.
No dirt for anybody.
Yes, I wish I could give a gift to everybody.
I thought you were going to say, I wish I could give dirt.
No. I wish I could give a nice gift, not dirt. I wish I could give a nice gift, for sure. So yeah, that's so cool that he had these I think he had someone paint the sleigh, but he kind of made the van look old. So that's kind of cool. So this is what my big kid life posted. He posted a picture of the poster and said, I watched this movie today for the first time and oh my god, I may have to buy this. It's cheesy, odd, and a bit slow paced, but the payoff at the end, it's kind of like the same thing you put on YouTube, but I totally agree with the end. It's totally worth it. And I'm glad he shouted out that it's slow paced because not everybody might be okay with the slower pace. Here is Ashley. She's wearing red. You see her pointing to the red. Love you, Ashley. I love this picture. I think she looks really pretty in it. And she even has her lips look really red too. And she's got nice earrings on. She's on Instagram at Star and Moonchild92. She says, sorry, Kat, but I'm with Team Kelsi for the Christmas Evil Challenge. I'm so excited to see the outcome of the votes. I love the movie due to its cheese and dark humor. Yeah. Ashley's so sweet. And here we have Heidi and her daughter who took multiple pictures. I only pulled 2. So here they are with the DVD, and it's like they're in a mall, with Santa. And in some of the pictures you could see Santa behind them, but I really like this one. Her daughter's with a Santa on a car, look at this guy. And
this is great.
Yeah, they are so adorable. So thank you both so very much. And of course you can find Heidi on Instagram as well at Horror Sunflower. She says, Rachel and I watched Christmas Evil for the first time so that we could participate in Super Kickin' It's Christmas Evil Challenge. We are Team Red, aka I can't read again, aka Team Kelsi. Sorry, Kat, because we love this movie. You guys should participate too. And she was trying to get people to thank you for trying. She tried to get more people to freaking vote and watch on Instagram and post pictures and stuff. She said, peep that Santa Claus behind Rachel in the 2 of the photos. I know! That was so cool. Because they had the Santa in the mall behind her, but they also had that car Santa.
Yeah,
so I liked it. Cool. I believe that's all of them. Yep, and there's the trailer again. Thank you all so very much. Everyone who commented, everyone who did the Instagram thing as well. We are so grateful because that made it a lot of fun. And maybe next time we do a black and orange challenge for Halloween, even more people will participate.
That'll be fun.
I'm very excited about it. All right, that's basically all I have
Actually,
to say.
we should do a zombie one. Shaun of the Dead.
I'll be anti Shaun of the Dead. Pardon me. Not that I hated it. It just wasn't my favorite.
Oh, man.
I don't know. It just wasn't my favorite. Abraham Lincoln wasn't my favorite either.
Well, that's okay.
Well, you really like that
I
one.
do like it, but I like the book more.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you usually do.
I do.
Guys, we also want to, spread some more Christmas cheer. We're going to exchange gifts. You want to do that now, or you want to read some more, thoughts?
Oh, no, I'm fine. Everything that I had was fine. Oh, although I did have to say, I did think it was pretty hilarious, the Santa lineup.
Oh, yes, I have a picture. I want to show it real quick.
I loved that when they have all the Santa Clauses lined up.
Yes, I'm going to show you guys. Because that is a really great...
So I did like that part of
now.
it. And then about how the reporter's telling everybody, about to beware of the the Santas.
It's pretty great. Yeah, and the detective's like, you better not cry. I'm telling you why. So even the detective guy was making this a joke. So here's an interesting thing that I didn't really notice. I mean, I'm a film person, so I'm surprised I didn't notice. There's no cuts in this scene. It's a straight shot at, this is kind of like a wide shot, I would call it. Maybe, medium wide, kind of. So, he did not do any cuts on purpose. He wanted to have this wide, and he thought this was, very humorous. He liked this part a lot.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny. That's a good part of the movie. I know last year, I think you said that was one of your only favorite parts.
Well, that and the fact that Dale was in it.
So here's exactly. I remember that, too. So here's the staircase that the kids are staring out of, and they're seeing, their dad, but who they think is Santa at the time, or at least one of them thinks it's Santa. And again, later, the wife of the brother, later in life, when Harry's going crazy, she is sitting at this exact staircase, and it's filmed like she's trapped in a prison, like, oh my god, I can't do anything. Everything is kind of going to hell around me, and everything's just devolving, essentially. Here's him running from the mob. Torches are us, as my dad would say. There they are right there from Torches are us. They went straight from there with their nice new torches. So there's Jolly Dream that he worked at. By the way, that was a real toy factory that the producer's mother owned.
Oh, wow.
The stipulation was they could use the factory, but they could not use the toys that the company produced. They had to get their own toys. And so the director was like, okay, it was kind of hard and difficult, but he really liked the setting. And also they had to have a disclaimer in the credits that it was not their toys.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of interesting. So that was a real factory.
Well, probably
I don't know if it's
because
the name,
they wanted,
but the inside
right,
is the
they
real
probably
factory.
did not want anybody to think that they didn't make decent toys.
That's because he was just breaking them and everyone was saying the quality was bad. Exactly. Dana says, I think I need to buy a Santa lineup shirt for next Christmas. Dana also said, I hated Shaun of the Dead. I'm sorry. Aww. Oh, and yes, Ashley, I'm so sorry you didn't win, Ashley. Freaking wheel. Honestly, I wish everyone could win something.
I wish
really
we could have had a, consolation prize.
I know, something that I could easily send. I could send stickers to everyone.
Good.
You know what, guys? I'm going to be jolly. I'm going to be Kelsi Kringle. I'm going to send you all stickers. Stickers. They're really not that expensive, but they're really good quality. I do think I'm going to show you guys the stickers I have.
Kind of like Oprah. When Oprah was like,
everyone gets a car. Yes, exactly.
Everybody gets a sticker. You get a sticker. You get a sticker.
Exactly. Yes. All right, so everyone will get a sticker who wants one. If you don't want one, that's fine. But yes, everyone reach out to me either on YouTube, on my community tab, just comment on whatever the latest freaking post is. I think the post is for this video. So yeah, comment on my latest Christmas Evil video post where it said for everyone to, save the time and to do the, what is it called? Reminder. So yeah, just comment on that post if you want a sticker, and then I'll reach out to you. Also comment for a way for me to reach out to you, whether that be email or, because I know people won't want to list their addresses.
No, please don't list your address online.
Yes. So, I also could give you my email.
Or Slimer and Slashers.
Yeah, slimeandslashers@gmail.com. If you guys want to just email me your addresses right now, you could do that as well. So again, it's slimeandslashers@gmail.com. That's all spelled out. AND is also spelled out. It's not a symbol, it's spelled out. So slimeandslashers@gmail.com. Everyone gets a sticker! Woo-hoo! So again, here's the title card. You could see the red and white. And right after this, we're going to open some presents. There's the church scene that you criticized with the people in the crowd just being like, what? What do we do?
I just don't logically see how you could
I
take out
understand
three
that.
grown men with a toy soldier with a little fake axe.
Did you notice that everything he used to kill was a Christmas item? So
Yes,
a star,
I know,
a soldier,
I know.
and a freaking weirdo axe, which I don't even know why he had that axe. So here's him pointing at the kids. You better be good, and if not, this is what's going to happen to you. You
Oh,
better
wow.
listen to your parents and this and that.
Yeah, he kind of got dark right there, but then he starts laughing, and I thought that was hilarious.
And actually, the little girl in that scene, she was an extra. She starts laughing. That was natural.
Oh,
It was not
wow.
planned. So when he said, oh, after he said the dark stuff, she actually naturally started laughing. It was a very natural thing. The director said it was one of his favorite parts in the movie. He couldn't believe that happened naturally. And he said that this scene really embodies what the whole movie's about. And again, it shows that duality,
Yeah.
good versus bad, yada, yada, that I've been talking about.
Yada,
There's some
yada.
of the bad. Well, I've been saying that a while now. It's about the duality. I said it a lot. I'm a repeater. Here's the toys that are crap that he's looking at. There's him. That's when he's talking to the kids,
Yeah.
and they're all loving him. There's his crazy brother who's like, I'm pissed.
It's Phil.
Yes. And there's the kids protecting him. Don't hurt Santa, even against their own parents. And he said, the director said parents were mad at this. Parents were mad that they would turn on their own parents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, parents watching this were mad, but that the parents in the movie would get their kids turned against
Well,
them.
it's a little ridiculous in a way that a man would try to. He's taken a knife out. Like, was he really going to gut Santa in front of the children? I
Yeah.
mean, that is kind of absurd. Even
Yeah.
just like that old lady that took her pin and went and slashed him.
Yeah, that
you
was
know,
really
like
weird.
I'm thinking you're doing that in front of the children. You're
Yeah, well,
being more violent
Then the Santa.
than the Santa is, because the
Exactly.
Santa is not going to hurt the children.
Exactly. And here's the famous hoo-ha scene, or whatever the hell. The leg, as we like to call it. I love, like, our initial chat. Kat's like, but what does he do? Why is he, like, messed up for life? The Santa's looking at her leg. Like, he's looking at her leg. That's how he's-
it's
yeah,
like,
it's
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. So here's one of my favorite scenes, the shaving scene. He's so happy. He's listening to music. It's super early before Christmas, but he's still festive. But here's where he's about to cut himself, and we get the red and white again. There's the wonderful dance scene that was choreographed by Meryl Streep's brother, apparently.
That's
which
hilarious.
is so weird, but
Yeah,
awesome.
very weird.
But I think it's a great fact. So again, here's the kids again being like, we love you, Santa. We hate our parents. I'm just kidding. They were just like, don't hurt Santa. So there's the poster again that we showed him on the roof, which, by the way,
Oh, that was
This is a
another thing I
stuntman.
thought that was ridiculous, was him thinking he could go down the chimney.
again, that's his whole idealization. Like, I think I can do. It's just he's lost it at this point. He
I'm
actually
like,
thinks he can fit down there.
I know.
It's ridiculous. So there's the van that the director wished could have been more elaborate, but I personally liked the sleigh. I thought that was kind of cool. And it definitely,
There it is.
there's the axe that he uses in the church, but I felt like the sleigh was very symbolic, obviously, for the ending, so I thought you had to have the sleigh. Now here I do want to reference this. So here's a scene where the director says from this point on, when he gets out of the van and he walks down and he sees all these decorations lit up, you cannot take anything that happens after this literally. You have to question, is this really happening, or has he already lost it? Is he already, like, out of his mind? Is this a dream? Is this a fantasy? But again, the mob stuff happens after, the choking happens after, but he's still saying at this point you can't really take everything at face value. And I will say, so there's a scene where Harry is running down the same street with all the lighted stuff, and he falls and his wig turns off. That was real. He really did fall while filming.
Oh, wow.
So that's what Paul was saying, that he liked that fact from because he was listening to
And
the
so they just
commentary.
kept it in there.
Yeah, because the director was like, you can't even plan stuff like that. He's like, this is gold.
Right.
He loved that he fell and that the wig fell off. It was almost like a very natural thing that would happen in a chase. And, he said that...
Well, then it almost would, if you think about it, if you wanted to get really deep into it, the wig falls off and then he realizes, I'm just Harry.
Yeah.
I'm not Santa Claus.
Well, that's why he rushes to get it back on. In the next shot, he has it back on perfectly. So that was a little like, oh, he got it on pretty quick. But yeah, the director could not use that
Right.
fall. I mean, that was pretty much gold at that point. So we'll say again, I just thought that the art direction was so cool. And there's a lot of German influence in the movie because of the German legend of Santa and stuff. And also, he really liked, like, this German cinematographer. But he actually got a European cinematographer. I don't know what country he was from specifically, but there's a lot of different influences and homages that the director paid to other people in this film, and I thought that was really neat. Like I said, with the mirrors and that poet. Here's the famous end scene that people seem to like, the van flying, but again, it doesn't really fly. The director has said it crashes. But me and Kat think he could have been even dead before that. There's the guy outside the church, just dead from nothing. And here's my favorite scene. I think this is truly my favorite scene where he tries on the beard. Someone else mentioned that in the comments about how they love when he tried on the beard. And he was like, it's me, it's me. Dana said, I'm glad you filled us in on the commentary. I always watch a movie once, then watch it again after with the commentary on, and it's like a whole other film when you hear about how and why it's made. And yeah, I'm leaving a lot out, Dana, actually. Like, there's a lot more interesting facts about this that I think I want to do another stream where I'm just talking about the movie if you want to learn more. Because there's some artsy shots that were shot for a certain reason, to pay homage to a certain thing. Here's him looking up at the church. Again, he's looking for that boss guy. That's why he's there.
Yeah, I figured so, but then when I didn't see the boss in that group,
he was in the back.
I was like,
He just came out late, so that's why he kind of got, like, berated by these people, and that's when he lost it. There's him going to deliver the presents, which is one of my favorite scenes as well, because that's when you truly feel like he thinks everything is working. He thinks he's embodying the myth, because he finally gets the ho, 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 Merry Christmas right. Like, he gets the right inflection, and he embodies Santa, and then it starts to snow. Here's a fun fact. It's cut up plastic bags. They couldn't afford even like cornflakes, which most people use for fake snow.
Wow.
But it was really cold outside. So the director said, our movie, the snow's not the best, but the coldness outside, that was legit.
I didn't think it looked real.
He said our movie looked a little bit better outside than some other movies just because it was actually cold, whereas other movies might have used better fake snow, but it was not cold outside. So he said he thought that helped it a lot. So there's Hector Salamanca right there with the balding head there. That is the guy in the wheelchair from Breaking Bad with the bell. That's him. He's in the dance scene, and it's so funny that he was there. And Paul said, he looks the same, just a tiny bit younger, but he's like, was this guy always older? Like, because he always looked older. This is from 1980. Breaking Bad is from, like, the 2000s, the late 2000s. And there we've got the snow globe and the font Christmas Evil. And we'll come back on camera now. I just wanted to show you guys some photos.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Good stuff. Thanks for letting me go. I know you're like, you're excited about this stream, Kelsi, because all you're going to do is praise Christmas Evil the whole time. These are interesting facts. I mean, come on. Don't you think?
Yes, they are. I will say.
It's
lots of fun facts.
So although I've been kind of like the Grinch, because I've been really roping it in trash talking all month long, I'm sorry. I'm trying to embody Kelsi Crinkle, though, and be a little nicer by giving you these gifts. Cats all are beautifully wrapped. Look at this one, terribly wrapped. Tape on the top, tape on the bottom.
I tried to make her a little Christmas tree.
I know, it is like a Christmas tree of gifts. So guys, hopefully you don't mind this, but it's bookish stuff, so please stay around if you love books and horror, because that's a spoiler. Come on, you can tell that's a book. But I would say open this one last.
This last?
Yes,
okay.
Please.
This first?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it kind of matches your other gift. All right, I want Kat to go first, or do you want us to do one at a time? Whatever you want.
We can take turns. You want to take turns?
Oh my god, it's taped together like a tree. It really is taped together like a tree.
I know, I did that on purpose.
I thought you just stacked them without taping them. That's cool.
Oh, this is awesome.
So it goes with kind of the Grinch and Krampus, I have the same candle. It's called from, I believe the company's called What's Literary. Does it say on there?
Keep the fire hot.
I don't think
Roasted
it says.
apples and pine.
I left it out so long it's got dust on the top. I'm sorry.
Oh, it smells good.
Yeah, I have that one too. I bought one for myself.
Delicious.
Treat yourself, but I really shouldn't be doing that around Christmas time.
You next.
Okay. The top, does it matter? You want me to go in order of the tree?
No, it doesn't matter.
I feel bad. I'm ripping the bottom one.
Well, the whole point.
Look how beautiful this is wrapped, by the way. By the way, peppermint design is my favorite Christmas,
Yay!
Christmas colors. It's my favorite Christmas symbol.
That's right. You did
cane.
You did say that.
I just love that's why I like Christmas Evil. Red and white color scheme. It sold me right there. By the way, guys, Kat already got me like freaking 12 presents that I've been opening every day leading up to Christmas. And she got me some great stuff. Oh my god, a mini pop of the freaking Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
It's an ornament for your tree.
Oh, it's an ornament.
Yes.
Hallmark. I didn't even see it.
This is the first time I've seen those what is it?
Pumpo.
Pop. Funko.
Pumpo. That's what we're gonna call him now. Pumpo.
But they have
Pop
all kinds
Funko.
of ornaments in the Pop Funko.
Oh my god,
I could have bought you like 25 of them.
Now that you've told me this is bad that you've told me this. I didn't know that these existed.
I have never seen them before until this year.
I will go down a rabbit hole now. Thanks a lot, Kat. No, that means thanks a lot. Pumpo. Pop Funko Pops. What is wrong with me?
So cute.
I can't read. I can't speak.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You're shaking it. You're shaking it.
It's shaking.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Dana says horror ornaments are the best. I agree. I really don't have enough of them, to be honest with you. I hardly have any except for this one now. Slide it.
Oh, okay.
It's something you collect. And you also love this thing.
Oh, Snoopy!
Yes, and you collect pins.
Yes, I do.
So it's very small, but it's also vintage.
Okay, can you see?
Get close to the green.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, right there. It's a Snoopy on a sled pin.
Oh. Can you see?
Yeah, you can see a little. It kind of changes the lighting. It's hard to see. It's small, but
That
is
is
vintage.
so precious. I love Snoopy.
I know. That's why I got it. And also, I know you wear a lot of
yes,
Christmas pins.
Yes, I do like to wear a lot of Christmas
Not to be
pins.
like your students and get you a pin, but I thought like it would add to the collection.
Yes, I love that.
And I think you already have a Snoopy pin, but this is a different one. I don't
have any Snoopy pins.
Oh, you don't? I thought you did.
No.
Okay, well, good. I feel even better about it now. By the way, guys, before I open Kat's next gift, this is the sticker everyone's going to get. Anyone who emails Slime and Slashers with your address will get this sticker.
Oh, look, Dana said that her grandmother had that exact pin when she was little.
Really? I told you it's vintage. Cool. Cool. So she could see it.
I'm in good company.
Yeah, you are. And she could see it when you held it up, too. Oh, frick.
It's okay.
I know, but it's so beautifully wrapped and I'm ripping them. Oh, yes. This is like when I tasted the freaking sour
That's where I got it when I saw it.
Guys, a lot of people haven't seen that video.
Oh,
Last year, I cried. I tasted, my dad got me for Christmas or my birthday or something, because my birthday and Christmas are close together, so I don't remember what it was for, but it was a 90s candy box, and it was a mystery crate, so all this 90s candy came in it, and there was a ton of freaking sour candy.
And she actually ate the candy online in a live stream.
And I cried.
And I took so many pictures of her because it was hilarious.
I cried because it was like so sour. And you did take screen captures of it. So she got me more. You were trying to make me cry?
Those are hilarious.
It's payback because I didn't cry because I won this challenge, so now you want me to cry.
That's right.
Yes, that's okay. I love candy, so even sour candy I really like. So this is blue raspberry blizzard cubes, all blues. So it's kind of like not only sour, but it's Christmassy too. So it's perfect.
See?
Has
I
anyone
figured you
tried
could
these?
actually go into the new year with them.
So I should try them on a stream.
Yeah.
In fact, if you want me to cry on cue with these, I will, in my Christmas Evil stream, to kind of, you can get payback on me, I will eat this during the stream. That way I'm talking about Christmas Evil and crying. So you will be happy. You next.
Okay. I think this is a book.
Maybe. Perhaps. I don't know.
Oh.
This is cool.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you don't have this one already, but it's kind of, I've heard about it on Cameron's channel, and actually look on the inside.
Legends of Sleepy Hollow, The Lost History of the Headless Horseman, 200th Anniversary.
So it's like all these legends about, like, the actual story and everything. So flip somewhere else. Where is it?
I love that. Because you know.
There it is.
Oh.
It's signed.
It's signed.
Yes.
She got it signed. Of course I can't. I'm going the
It's
wrong
okay.
way.
There it is.
Can you see it?
See, and there's a little pumpkin on the top. So, I mean, Paul saw it and he's like, why are you getting Kat like a Halloween gift? I'm like, it's not Halloween.
That's awesome.
It's like horror related.
Yes, because you know this year was the first year that I read The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Yes, and you like Sleepy Hollow, and you got a Sleepy Hollow candle, and you've always liked the movie. So yeah, I thought like Sleepy Hollow.
That is awesome.
So it's kind of more about the legends about
Yes,
it.
but that's great. I love it. Love it.
I'm glad you like it. Yay! I saved a lot of stuff
so far,
for your birthday. So there's a lot more, but for your birthday that I already put aside.
So I have all my gifts are 10 out of 10s.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mine too. And including all your freaking like 10 other gifts you gave me. By the way, like I said, I'm vlogging it, so I'm gonna release this massive vlog. I had it upside down. She gave me a wrapped gift 12 of them leading up to Christmas. So this is today's
12
gift.
days of Christmas.
And everyone has a little poem on it about the gift inside. Freaking
all the
cute
things
as hell.
that she loves.
It's cute as hell. She gave me my favorite candy of all time the other day. I think it was yesterday's gift. And it's hard to find. One, last time I ordered it, and I can't believe you remembered this, I ordered like a 5-pound bag because I couldn't
and
find it.
then you had to split it with your dad.
Yeah, and it went stale. This is a manageable bag.
Right.
The one you got me.
Right.
It's
That's
right
what's
over there.
Perfect.
I love everything so far. This feels like a book too.
Spoiler.
Books. I love books now. Oh my god, I was telling you about the pirate stories. Yes. So we were okay. So should we tell the story? Tell the story about how this came about. While I fix my hat.
About the pirates?
Yeah, about the Argist.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why this came about.
Yes, well, I think it was me that said it wrong.
Yeah,
yes.
Like, so this is about something Kat said wrong. Just so you guys see, this is dark fantasy, pirates and ghosts short stories.
We were talking about different themes for the month. No,
amazing.
we were actually talking about Stephen King, the different months or
Yes.
whatever, and I was like, in our
Yeah, she was like, an Argus. And I'm like, we started laughing, we couldn't stop. And I said, we have got to do a pirate-themed month of reading and call it Argist. Like, Argist. So, yes. I was like, but is there Christmas? Is there pirate horror? And she sent me a whole list, but I had no idea.
So this is pirates and ghosts.
But still,
so
it's
you'll get some
pirates.
pirates
Yes.
and some ghosts.
We've got to do this month now. You know that, right? You've
Right.
sealed your fate. No, I'm just kidding. I actually kept looking up after you sent me that list. I kept looking up more.
I know. Well, they had quite a few. I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, me too. I feel like, so we have uneven amount of gifts now.
No, but that's okay.
There's actually 2 and 1 in that one, so
Okay.
it kind of evens out.
I think these are books too.
Maybe. This is for the Year of King. This is thematic. So we're reading a King book or short story. We've already talked about this, so sorry guys, but we're reading one King book or short story, maybe more than one.
Oh, this is awesome.
Every month of 2022. And so this is kind of like
creepy
I
corpus
hope you don't
of
have
facts
it.
about Stephen King and his work. I've never heard of it.
Now open the front of it. It goes for the book. It's a Stephen King bookmark
Oh, look at that. That is awesome.
with like a creepy candle. It's like an illustration version. Isn't that neat?
Yes, I love
And it's got a
it.
tassel.
Oh my god.
So yes, King for the Year of King. So I'm very excited. So I saw
I love
it was
Stephen
the
King.
last book at Barnes and Noble. I didn't
is
see any
awesome.
others, and I was like, I've never seen this book
I have
before.
never seen this book.
It was the last one because I wish it kind of was like there's like a little thing there and a little thing.
I don't
It was the
care.
last one. I was like, I got to get this for Kat. I saw it the other day. I was like, I got to get this for Kat.
This is
I had already gotten
perfect.
all your other gifts, and I was like, I got to get it for Kat.
Well, that's kind of like what happened with me. That's why you have so many
Yeah,
gifts,
it's
'cause I was
ridiculous
like,
how
this
many
is
you
cute.
gave
This
me.
is cute.
So it has like interviews with people about him. It's got like stuff that he said. It's like all these tidbits about his movies. Well, you know, movies that are based on his books and writing, but also stuff about his actual writing as
Yes,
well.
this is awesome.
Yay, I'm so glad you like it. So guys, yeah, did you show the cover of the book?
Yes, I think
you
I did.
But yeah, you see American Master, and it's a whole bunch of cool facts and stuff. And it'll be perfect for the Year of King.
Yes, because we are doing the Year of King, and we're starting with Misery. So
Mm-hmm.
anybody that wants to join us, please, please, please. Oh, look, Dana's making fun of me with my
Argus.
Argus.
Yes. Oh my god. She says, I don't even like pirate books, but I'll read anything to be a part of Argus. Yes. I mean, come on. And we could watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's
or something,
right.
Like with Johnny Depp, whatever. I'm sure there's other pirate movies.
Oh, yes, I
Pirates of
think
Penzance.
there-
Remember I
Yes.
said Kevin Kline is cooler than Johnny Depp as a
That's
pirate.
true.
That's what I said.
That is true.
We had a movie musical marathon. It also included some TV musicals too, but not a lot of people watch that chat because everyone's here for horror, you know,
Right.
or books. But
It
anyway,
was our only marathon that was non-horror.
but it was fun though.
Yes,
But yeah, we
we
talked
did.
about
We had
with
fun.
Pirates of Penzance, and that's when we compared the two pirates, Kevin Kline and Johnny Depp. So yes, Argus needs to happen.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Oh my god. I think this is a book for sure. I'm not sure about this one, but I think it is too.
This one is because of the author.
The author? The Christmas Pig, illustrated by James Field. J.K. Rowling, I've heard about this. Yes, yes. So she wrote like this cute book. I actually saw somebody show this the other day.
So I know it's
And
not
I
a
put it
horror
on my
book,
no, I put it on my
but-
wish list. It's on my wish list right now on Amazon. That's so
So
funny.
excited.
Oh my god, thank you. I love it. She outdid herself. Oh my god. There's one more. There's even more.
And
There's
this one I'm
frickin'
hoping you
more.
do not have. I could
probably
not
don't.
remember. I try to scan your shelves when I come over, but I could not. I was not
Oh.
100% sure.
Let's see. I don't have it.
Oh, thank
No, I
God,
don't
thank
have
God,
it.
thank God, thank God.
So, The Outsider. I don't even know if I've heard of this one.
This is awesome, and they actually do have a TV show based on it.
So you're saying we're reading it?
Well, no.
No,
The
it's
only
too
thing about it is there is a character in there that you have to read Mr. Mercedes first. It's sort of like If
okay.
It Bleeds.
Yes.
Remember, you really need to. But this is awesome. Like, it even
at
starts
this.
off really
Look at
great. If you have not read The Outsider by Stephen King, I highly recommend it.
I
It is
think
so
that's
good.
Probably a good recommendation because I don't hear people talk about
Oh,
this.
it's awesome.
So that is so cool, Kat. I don't have it. Yay!
And I want to say...
So we both got each other Year of King gifts.
I know.
That's
I
so
want to
funny.
say
It's so funny.
Jason Bateman plays in the television show.
Oh, really? How many seasons so far? Is it ended or is it still going?
I think it's 2. I'm not sure if it's beyond that. But
Do you
you
know-
really do need to, in order to understand the character of Holly, you have to read Mr. Mercedes.
So it's not just kind of like a random reference. It's an important reference that you have to read.
Yeah, because she ends up doing something in it. That's why I
see.
remember when we wanted to read If It Bleeds,
Then we said, oh, wait.
there was a story in there that Holly appears in.
I actually think I have a copy of Mr. Mercedes somewhere.
It's a trilogy.
But do you have to read the whole trilogy
Yes,
to read
because
this?
Holly in the beginning is
Okay.
not Holly at the end.
Okay, so read the trilogy first.
Right.
Then
And then it makes sense to you why Holly is in this book.
I'm pretty sure I have the first Mr. I would have to buy the other two, but I'm pretty sure I have the first one at my parents'
Which
house.
Mr. Mercedes is an awesome trilogy. The whole trilogy surrounding it is awesome, but it's not not traditional King in the sense of like Salem's Lot or The Shining. That
Right.
there is a little bit of paranormal activity, like supernatural paranormal kind of activity in it, but it's more of like a detective. So, I recommend. I loved it.
So I wanted to
I fell
look
in
up,
love with the characters.
should we tease some of the books or we should not because it's not cemented? Do you want to or not? For the Year of King. It's up to you. We can wait if you
It doesn't
want.
matter. You have to make the final decision
I'm
on what
pulling
I
up your list.
chose.
Well, there's only I won't mention September because that's the one in question, I believe. But isn't most everything else kind of cemented? I feel like we were just debating about September with the 3 short stories versus the other one,
Yeah,
the
that's
novella.
Yeah, you'll have
Yeah.
to decide on that.
I'm leaning towards the short stories.
Well, they're not
Because-
very long.
I know, but that's why because we need to start on Needful Things.
Yes.
So I'm leaning
We
towards
have
the
2
stories.
very long ones we picked. We're
Yes.
reading it, and we're also reading Needful Things, and they're extremely long.
They are. So, guys, the Year of King, again, everyone is welcome to join. It's kind of like my channel book club. It's almost exactly like that, except we're only reading King, and there's really not a vote on these books. We're choosing the books, one a month. Again, September's 3 short stories, so it's not even a book.
Now, what's really interesting is I tried to pick the books around the time period or the setting, so that it would kind of match the month. And oddly enough, a lot of his books begin around either October or they take place in the summertime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just worked out that way. So I tried to kind of figure out a way to, like, for example, in September, Labor Day, Lawnmower Man, The Mangler, and then
Yes.
Graveyard Shift. So it's all things like occupations,
That's perfect.
just
yes.
trying. But also I wanted to pick the stories and then themselves. I don't think it's 100 pages for all 3 of them together. So we needed something that we could read. We have 3 movies we're going to watch, based on that. But then we could get a jump start on Needful Things because that's 736
Yes,
pages.
that's going to be a beast. But I can tackle it. I know I can because I read The
Oh,
Stand
yeah.
this
And
year,
Needful Things is
which is longer.
very you like get engrossed in it.
Oh, good.
It is so good.
And I like the characters from
There's
The
a
Stand.
lot of characters.
You told me it's like that kind
a
of.
lot of characters, but it's so good.
So Dana said we could drop hints and they could guess, but we already just gave away a few. But I kind of want to have like an announcement about it. So I kind of do want to
Well,
kind of
I
give them
figured
away.
you were probably going to do a whole little thing on it, but
I probably will, but I just want to like name a few just to kind of whet everyone's appetite kind of thing. So, one is, I think this is really going to be ridiculous. So everyone has heard.
Oh, so I see what she's saying. She said drop hints and unknown facts about the book every month for us to guess.
Yeah, but it's like I want to kind of reveal it. Like I don't want to wait for everyone to guess.
She's
But
so excited about
that
this.
is a
That is
great
a great
idea.
idea,
It really
actually.
is. But I'm just gonna give one away at least right now because I'm really excited about this one because I think it's gonna be absurd. So everyone, or almost everyone, has heard how bad the adaptation for The Langoliers is. And so I told Kat we have got to freaking put this on our list because I want to know if the source material is good.
Which I think is hilarious that you did not put that originally on the list.
No, I just thought about it like when we were having like some other chat. Out of the blue, I was like, oh yeah, like Langoliers is a really bad adaptation. And I was like, what is the source material like?
Right.
Like, what is it like? So that's why I was like, we gotta put Langoliers on there. But it wasn't originally on my list that I sent Kat. Like, I was thinking about these, and so it wasn't on there. I don't know. I mean, we could, like, mention one more if you want. If you have a specific one you're super excited about.
Well, we already mentioned that we're doing that, and we already mentioned that we're doing that one.
Yeah. Well,
and then they know Misery.
Yes, Misery for sure. I'm excited about February, what we have slated for that. Really excited. I heard that it's great, and I heard that the adaptation is great. I'm actually excited about April because I heard that it's like kind of like an underrated one that he's done. And of course, I'm just excited about what we have slated for next December. It's already a year away, but yes, I'm excited what we're going to.
It's going to go fast because 2021 flew by.
So guys, again, just to reiterate, we're doing Misery in January. That's going to be our first King read at the end of the month. Kat and I will have a live chat similar to what we did tonight discussing Christmas Evil, but the only difference is we're going to be discussing the film Misery, but we're also going to be talking about the book. So it's going to be like a book movie comparison, contrast type of thing.
Kind of similar to what we did for Cycle of the Werewolf and Silver Bullet.
As well as what I did for The Stand as well.
And then 1922, we kind of talked about that a little bit too.
Exactly. So if you guys want to see the format, like the videos that she just referenced and I referenced, those are very similar to what we're going to be doing here, but it's going to be kind of like a book club meeting. It's going to be like
right, and we're going to try very hard to be live.
We're going to try, but I don't want you to have to drive. We were even thinking about trying to do it like remotely live, where Kat's at her house and I'm here. But Kat's a little nervous about it, but I think we could try.
We could try, but I would feel bad if it failed. Maybe we could try something before we do the actual.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could
like
do a test
run.
like a test chat.
Yeah, like just a test.
Like if y'all wanted to have a test chat and like maybe send us some questions that you would like to ask us or
anything that we could just test like our streaming together like remotely type of thing.
Yeah, because if we could do that, maybe we could do similar, especially like the winter months before daylight saving time.
Yes.
Daylight saving time's not so bad because it, gets dark later.
Yeah. So yeah, we really want the streams to be good, so that's why we don't really want to chance it if it's bad. But yeah, we'll test it. And I hope this stream has been okay, guys. Again, I changed my settings. I want to reiterate for anyone who's come in late or, in the middle. I hope it's been good. If it hasn't, I started recording like 10 minutes in, like on my computer. Like I'm recording the file, which shouldn't be glitchy because it's from my computer, from my actual OBS program. So if the stream is glitchy, I will unlist, but of course no one will be able to see the live chats. But we've kind of read what people have said. But I will upload the other version if this one is glitchy. So I'm sorry if it has been, because mine, it's like low res right now. I just hope it hasn't been too bad. And when I put it high res, like 1080, it was really kind of weird. That's why I was scared. Right at first, I was like, I freaking effed it up. I effed it up. So Dana said it was good, though, and I think someone else said it was good. So I hope it hasn't been bad. I really do. And if it has been bad, it's my fault. So I'm sorry. Christmas Evil.
You see?
I jinxed it.
You see?
Yeah. It was like my curse because I like the movie so much. It was like fate being like, well, you trash talk too much, so we're going to screw up your stream, bitch.
The Grinch. The Grinch sent out vibes.
Yeah, the Grinch. Freaking the Grinch. I love all my gifts.
Somebody else.
Oh,
I cannot believe we've had all these people tonight.
I know, we've never had
the craziest
this,
thing ever.
It's so weird.
Do they come out more in the holidays?
Yes. I think it's because of all the things we've said in this chat, maybe.
Oh,
but we've said stuff in other chats, like our anniversary chat. We were saying tons of things. So I don't know.
Yeah. So
but again, we are having more people view this chat as part of it. So again, guys, thank you so much for those of you who stuck with us. Just to reiterate one more time, anyone who wants a sticker, I will be more than willing to send a sticker your way. Let me know. All you have to do is email slimeandslashers@gmail.com. Again, that's AND. It's spelled out in the middle of the address. And tell me your address, and I will send you a sticker. Actually, the Etsy store will send it to you. I'll have to place like 10 or 20 orders separately. They'll be like, why is this person sending stickers everywhere?
That's funny.
Hopefully they let me do it. I actually sell the stickers in 2 places, so even if this one seller like runs out, I think I'll be able to. So if there's a problem, I'll let you guys know, but I want to send a sticker or something small to everybody. And I'm very excited.
I think that'd be fun.
Kelsey Kringle and I. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. That's why I'm doing it. It's kind of like an oxymoron, kind of. To say, you know, oh, Kelsey Kringle, I'm so generous, and like, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. It's kind of like me.
Merry Christmas, Board
Thank you,
Now.
Board Now. Yes, remember, if you want a sticker, let me know, please.
Yeah, please let her know.
And thank you, Kat. Not only thank you, everyone, for watching and spending this long stream with us yet again, because it's over 2 hours again. That's totally us. And actually, it's my fault, because I went on all these tangents about all these facts. But look out for another Christmas Evil chat, because I will have another chat. But again, there will be no, like, opinion video on the 25th. Right. So I was going to originally drop a video on the 25th. It is not happening now. But I will do information stream.
And the videos that were sent your mom and Ray's will be included in her vlog.
Yes, because I have
she's doing.
other Christmas Evil footage in the vlog that will work. It will go with. Like I videoed Paul and I getting ready to watch Christmas Evil, and he's like, "I'm so excited.
That'll be good.
I am going to murder him after this." It really will become Christmas Evil after you're gone, Kat. I will descend into madness like Harry. Paul has pushed me over the edge.
Oh, poor Paul. And he didn't even bring you a beer.
I know, I said beer, ? And nothing.
Oh, well, Merry Christmas, Aya Manos. Merry Christmas, Dana.
Merry Christmas Midnight. Happy holidays, everyone watching. Really appreciate you guys. Board Now said, like, have a good one. Oh, gosh. I can't believe Kat got me all these great gifts. Oh, my God, you did the best, Kat. Argus, it's happening. I don't know about this. Argus. Anyone interested in pirate horror, let us know. Book or movie. And if you've read anything that you know of that's like kind of pirates and horror, I'm kind of, looking for that realm as horror more than like historical fiction or something. So let us know any suggestions down below, please, in the comments if you're watching after the fact. Anyone who has watched after the fact and you've got to this point, congratulations and thank you. Leave a symbol down below. Leave a pumpkin so I know you got this far, and that would really mean a lot.
Merry Christmas, Christopher Gray.
Yes, I was blocking it. Oh, God.
And, of course, we have to have some trolls come here at the last minute.
This is the
Not
worst.
Merry Christmas to y'all. Merry Christmas to
y'all.
to y'all.
We don't want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas.
Thank y'all very, very much.
Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Till next time. I guess I'll release a video after Christmas. Bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.